first. Visit farmers.com to learn more. Come to Recovery Sports Grill, where Mohawks fans feel at home even when they're not in the ballpark, offering delicious food and drinks from burgers and beer to mocktails and desserts, and exclusive promotions and offers through our Hall of Fame Rewards program. Enjoy the fan and family environment where Recovery Sports Grill is proud to support local sports and always happy to host your family or team.
While the Mohawks shine on the diamonds shine bright at Northeastern Fine Jewelers. Come choose from a vast collection of products from all of your favorite brands, such as Omega, Cartier, Breitling, and more. Whether it's everyday jewelry or if you need something for that special day, we have you covered with our fashion and bridal assortments. Visit us in Albany, Schenectady, or Glens Falls to see what Northeastern can do for you.
When the Mohawks win, you also win at McDonald's. Whenever the Mohawks claim victory, take your game ticket to the McDonald's on Market Street in Amsterdam and receive a free small fry. You must have your ticket stub with you.
At NBT Bank, we know that this day starts with this one. That's why no matter what day you're planning for next, you can count on us to help you get started. NBT Bank, it starts here.
Don't get caught in a pickle when a storm blows in from left field. An automatic standby generator from Adirondack Generators will keep the lights on, drinks cold, and the Mohawks game playing loud and clear. Adirondack Generators, where your service is our priority. Visit us at www.adirondackgenerators.com or call 518-224-1492. Altieri's Landscaping and Snow Plowing, LLC, is a full landscaping company providing full property maintenance services, lawn mowing, shrub removal, spring and fall cleanup, excavation, gravel driveway rehabs, and upgrades, along with design work. Altieri's also provides full snow plowing services come wintertime. Tim Altieri is a veteran of the Navy who started this business 1 year of being out of the service in 1994. Tim is passionate about the work he and his team do at Altieri's Landscaping. A family-owned small engine repair shop in the town of Amsterdam, Dot Skills Equipment and Repair works on any makes and models of lawn and garden equipment, plus snow blowers, generators, and chainsaws. They offer pickup and delivery. Call Dot Skills at 518-848-2580. That's 518-848-2580. The Montgomery County Office for Aging is committed to serving the older citizens of Montgomery County. Check out officeforaging.com to learn more. Your local Amsterdam Taco Bell is proud to support the Mohawks. Be sure to stop by after the game to satisfy all your cheesy, crunchy, melty cravings. Open
We welcome you to Cantine Memorial Field, where the Amsterdam Mohawks and Saugerties Stallions are set for first pitch in just a moment. Welcome into the broadcast booth. I'm Matt Becker, joined alongside Harry Tidgewell. And Harry, we got a matchup of first place and second place today. This is going to be a phenomenal game. I'm really excited for it. How about you?
Well, what more can you ask for, Matt? Two of the hottest teams in the East Division of the PGCBL. It's a rivalry game, the Amsterdam Mohawks and Saugerties Stallions, and they sit atop the division division, the Mohawks in first, and Stallions currently 4 games back. The Mohawks, I should have stated their record, 21-6-1. Saugerties Stallions 17-10. And it seems like every time these teams have faced off this season, it's been quite the treat.
Well, we'll take you through the prior matchups. On June 8th, the Stallions lost 15-9. That was here at their house. And then they came to Shuttleworth on June 16th. They won in 10 innings, 10-9. Then they came back on June 24th. They won 6-2. And then the Amsterdam Mohawks took a win 13-3 last time they were here on June 25th. And then we take a look back at July 1st, an 11-8 win by the Amsterdam Mohawks at home. And then a doubleheader tomorrow starting at 4:15 for these two teams. And the pitcher that started that July 1st game was Jack Kirshner, and he's going to go again today.
Yeah, well, let's hop into that last matchup back at Shuttleworth Park. It was an 11-8 win for Amsterdam, but it was only 3-2. The Mohawks trailed after 6 innings. They then put up 5 runs in the 7th and 4 runs in the 8th. Kirshner started that one going 4 innings, surrendering 1 hit on 4 hits. For the Stallions, Travis Hobensiefken led the offense, homering twice. And for the Mohawks, they hit 7 doubles and stole 12 bases.
So for the Saugerties Stallions, it's going to be Matt Drilling today. He's on the mound right now warming up. He's got a 2.25 ERA. He's pitched in 8 innings. He has 2 earned runs, 6 walks, 6 strikeouts, and opponents are hitting .214 against him. Harry, who's your key for the Amsterdam Mohawks today? Some guys are missing, and we'll get through the lineup in a second, but Brandon McCrane, his brother's getting drafted, so he's out for the week. And Wes Walker, pretty sure his brother is getting married. His brother is getting married, so he is also out for the week.
Well, yeah, you got a couple guys out of the lineup, and first off, it's going to start with Jack Kirshner on the mound. He had a really good game against the Stallions last time. He surrendered a run in the first, but then really rebounded and worked his way through 4 innings, only surrendering the 1 run. But if you're looking offensively wise, you see Jung Young Jr. go all the way up to that 2 spot in the batting order, so he's got a lot of opportunity presented for him tonight and an opportunity for him to have a really big night. We know a couple weeks ago when we played in this very stadium, he had that huge grand slam, so Jung Young Jr. is probably the offensive player I'm ready to look out for here tonight.
So Luke Filippi is going to lead things off, batting 488, from the leadoff spot. The first pitch is in there for a strike, and we're underway. And with that, we will take you to the Amsterdam Mohawks starting lineup.
Well, you got Luke Filippi leading things off, then Jung Young Jr. jumping up to that 2-hole Holcraft and Cowan 3 and 4. You got Touchstone. He's been on fire as of recently. It seems like he might never cool off, batting 5th. Danny Perez, Alex Jungins, Sebastian Harden, Peyton Jemison, and then Brad Curtis rounding out the order for the Mohawks.
Here's the 1-1, and that one's low, now 2-1. And we'll take a look at the defensive alignments for the Saugerties Stallions. Ford is in left field, Crane is in center, Hobensiefken in right, Kumiski at third, Z is at short, Maroney at second, Passo at first. As that one's ripped up the middle, that's a base hit. And that number of 488 from the leadoff spot for Filippi will climb even higher with the leadoff single tonight.
And Filippi just doing such a good job of putting that one right back up the middle. He gets the pitch that he wants, and he's just able to do something simple with it and get a leadoff base runner for the Mohawks.
So now it's going to be John Young Jr. batting .250, and John Young Jr. yesterday went 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Going back to the defensive alignments, Passo is at first, Carroll will be behind the dish, and Drilling's on the mound. So here is John Young Jr. with Filippi at first. And it's popped up to the left side. This one is falling fast. Z is there, but called off by Ford. He slides and makes the catch for the first out.
A really good job of communicating there by the Saugerties Stallions. You see Jamie Z going back on that one. It would have been a really difficult catch, but in comes Ford, full head of steam, calls him off, and is able to make the nice sliding grab for out number 1.
So now 1 out, and that'll bring up Chris Holcraft. Yesterday, Holcraft was 1 for 3. He's batting .299 coming into this game.
And as of recently, Chris Holcraft has been really heating up, showing flashes of what we saw out of him earlier this season, just finding ways on base and continuously creating chaos. I feel like I say that every game now, but he's looked really good, and a lot of these guys for Amsterdam have looked really good as of late. We were looking at the splits of the past week, and it seems like everybody's hitting over that 300 mark, and it's just the offense has really been clicking as of recently, and it's the perfect time to start clicking as you have just so many games in so little amount of time. This is the second game in the 7-game stretch for the Mohawks.
Filippi's going to go, and the pitch is fouled back. I'll tell you this, Chris Holdcraft with runners on is hitting .302.
Just above his season average of a .299. He's very consistent with everything. You know, the pressure doesn't get to him. He's able to hit in a scenario where nobody's on or a scenario where the bases are loaded. He doesn't let anything get to him. And as we kind of talked a little bit about yesterday, his ability to just have fun out there and, you know, not let the pressure creep in on him is what leads to his success.
You're absolutely right. That 0-1 is in there. Swing and a miss, now 0-2 with one out here. Filippi's on first. Holdcraft at the plate. Cowan is on deck. Then it'll be Bray Touchstone, who went 2 for 3 with a home run last night and 3 RBIs.
Drilling's doing a really good job of keeping Filippi honest over at first base. He's checked on him a number of times now. We'll see if they still put some action on.
0-2 is up in the air now, 1-2. And, yeah, we saw the hit and run early in the at-bat, and Holdcraft got a pitch to hit and fouled it back. We know Keith Griffin is aggressive, and he loves to steal with Filippi.
Holdcraft looking to just do something small here down in the count.
1-2, up the middle. Maroney steps on second, throws to first, not in time. So they get one out on the fielder's choice, and that'll bring up Will Cowan.
That ball was hit right towards second base, and Maroney does a really good job of gloving it and making sure he's able to get his foot on the bag, because you could kind of see he was coming in so hard he almost drifted off of it. And Holdcraft does a really good job of just running that one out and making sure to get to the first base bag and not let the double play end the inning.
So now it'll be Will Cowan, 0 for 3 yesterday, but did get an RBI on a sac fly. Cowan has Filippi at first here with 2 outs.
Cowan had 2 of those doubles that we mentioned earlier the last time these two teams faced off. It was a huge night for him, and he was coming off a monster couple of weeks. Cooled off a little bit last night, but we'll see if he can kind of hop back on the hot streak here tonight.
Well, he's batting .273 with runners on this season. Holdcraft is at first, my apologies, as the fielder's choice eliminated Filippi at second.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see some action to try and move Holdcraft into scoring position, or if it's just sort of a pass the baton sort of thing. Try and get it to Bray Touchstone.
There goes the runner. It's Holdcraft. The throw by Carroll is in time. He got him. Beautiful throw from Carroll behind the dish, and that retires the side. So Holdcraft gets caught stealing. That's 2 outs of the inning at second base, and the Mohawks not able to cash that runner in from first. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and 1 runner left on. We head to the bottom of the first on ABN.
Farmers Insurance has spent 90 years putting customers first. Visit farmers.com to learn more. Come to Recovery Sports Grill, where Mohawks fans feel at home even when they're not in the ballpark, offering delicious food and drinks, from burgers and beer to mocktails and desserts, and exclusive promotions and offers through our Hall of Fame Rewards program. Enjoy the fan and family environment where Recovery Sports Grill is proud to support local sports and always happy to host your family or team.
While the Mohawks shine on the diamond shine bright at Northeastern Fine Jewelers. Come choose from a vast collection of products from all of your favorite brands, such as Omega, Cartier, Breitling, and more. Whether it's everyday jewelry or if you need something for that special day, we have you covered with our fashion and bridal assortments. Visit us in Albany, Schenectady, or Glens Falls to see what Northeastern can do for you.
Welcome back. The Amsterdam Mohawks, after a leadoff single from Luke Filippi, unable to cash him in. So 0-0 score here. We're in the bottom of the first, and Jack Kirshner is getting the nod today. He's towing the rubber. And Harry, take us through his stats.
Well, we've talked about that Kirshner-Hernandez combo. You kind of see that 1-2 punch out of the pitching staff for the Mohawks. Kirshner spots a 1.17 ERA in his 15.1 innings pitched. He's surrendered 12 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 walks, 20 strikeouts, and only a .200 batting average against. We got to talk to Jack in the booth last night, We asked him how he felt about going against the Stallions again when that was his last start. As we mentioned earlier, he went 4 innings in that one, surrendering 4 hits and 1 run, and he said, we're so deep into the season that everyone kind of knows everybody's stuff, so you just got to tune everything out about, this guy might know what I'm going to pitch here, and you just got to trust your stuff and go with your best stuff and hope that works and keep a simple approach, keep all the mental stuff out of your head.
Absolutely. So here's the Saugerties Stallions starting lineup as they lead things off with Griffin Crane, the center fielder, batting .250 on the season. So it's going to be Griffin Crane, then Cameron Carroll, then Jamie Z, Justin Ford, Reese Maroney, Dylan Passo, Travis Hobbensiefken, George Baker, Casey Kumiski, and John Freitag. And Harry, take us through the Amsterdam Mohawks defensive alignment as the 1-0 is fouled back.
Well, it's going to be John Freitag in left, Griffin Crane in center, and Travis Hobbensiefken in right field.
Amsterdam Mohawks.
Did he just give...
They gave their
jeez. I was looking at the wrong side. Yeah, you're right. Sebastian Harden in left, Filippi in center, and Will Cowan in right. Then you got Jemison at the hot corner today.
That's ripped through the hole. That's a base hit, and both leadoff hitters able to get on for both sides, and that'll bring up Cameron Carroll.
That's a really good job of just going the other way there. If you're, if you're Saugerties, I'm all over the place now, Matt.
You can keep going.
Jumping back and forth, but it's Sebastian Harden, Filippi, and Cowan across the outfield. Jemison at the hot corner, then Young and Holcraft up the middle. Touchstone standing at first. Jack Kirshner on the bump, and Danny Perez behind the plate.
So it'll be Cameron Carroll. He's batting .308 against the Mohawks this season. He comes in batting .378, and he just made an amazing play behind the dish to throw out Holcraft on a caught stealing to retire the side.
Cameron Carroll, we've seen a lot out of him behind the plate so far this season. He's got a missile back there that he can just shoot down to second base, and Holcraft's a fast guy, and he got him by a solid step. So a really good throw, and it helps when you have that elevated fastball because it's getting in there quickly, but a really good throw by Carroll for the third out of the inning.
Here's the 1-0 with Crane at first. And he goes. Pitch is a called strike. The throw from Perez, and he's out! Danny Perez throws out Crane, and both catchers in this inning able to make the throw at second to get runners caught stealing.
Well, how about that with Cameron Carroll in the box? Anything you can do. I could do better a little bit from Danny Perez there, just delivering a strike on the hop straight into Holcraft's glove, and just such a great play for the first out of the inning, and it helps Jack Kirshner settle in. You don't got to deal with any runners on base to get things started.
The 1-1 is hit to the same exact spot that Cameron Carroll hit it, so back-to-back hits, but one out due to the caught stealing, and that'll bring up Jamie Z.
Well, aren't the catchers just doing it all? You see Cameron Carroll throw a guy out and collect a base hit, and Danny Perez throw a guy out, so a fun one so far for those guys.
Well, it's going to get even better. A doubleheader tomorrow starting at 4:15.
And I feel like it's kind of universal across sports. You see hockey goalies, baseball catchers, and goalies for soccer. They all get along really well, even when they're on opposing teams, just because they understand how hard their role is. And I'm sure they love to see each other when they do something like that, even though it hurts your team sometimes. You're like, oh, that's a really good throw down to second base. And, Kirshner recognized that pitcher from Utica who went 8 innings. He was like, that guy threw a great game. And
he was fantastic.
When players at such high level are able to recognize when somebody does something really well, it just shows what great athletes they are and how aware they are of their surroundings.
That one's hit to Holcraft. You're going to try and turn 2 to flip to Young is in time. Double play, side retired. The 6-4-3 double play, and the Mohawks are able to get out of that inning unscathed.
Beautiful double play right there. Holcraft with the quick flip to Young, who just delivers a strike over to first, and couldn't have asked for much more if you're Jack Kirshner from your fielders in the bottom of the first.
Absolutely. So 2 hits from the Saugerties Stallions, but nothing able to happen due to the tailor-made double play. We'll be back on ABN No Score.
Farmers Insurance has spent 90 years putting customers first. Visit farmers.com to learn more. Come to Recovery Sports Grill, where Mohawks fans feel at home even when they're not in the ballpark, offering delicious food and drinks from burgers and beer to mocktails and desserts, and exclusive promotions and offers through our Hall of Fame Rewards program. Enjoy the fan and family environment where Recovery Sports Grill is proud to support local sports and always happy to host your family or team.
While the Mohawks shine on the diamond shine bright at Northeastern Fine Jewelers. Come choose from a vast collection of products from all of your favorite brands, such as Omega, Cartier, Breitling, and more. Whether it's everyday jewelry or if you need something for that special day, we have you covered with our fashion and bridal assortments. Visit us in Albany, Schenectady, or Glens Falls to see what Northeastern can do for you.
When the Mohawks win, you also win at McDonald's. Whenever the Mohawks claim victory, take your game ticket to the McDonald's on Market Street in Amsterdam and receive a free small fry. You must have your ticket stub with you.
At NBT Bank, we know that this day starts with this.
Welcome back on ABN. Will Cowan is going to lead things off. He was in the count and up last time up, but the caught stealing on Holcraft allows him to reset the count to 0-0. Both pitchers letting up hits in the first inning and not letting anybody come to the plate, so good defense so far.
Yeah, what a defensive showcase it's been. You had Ford with a sliding catch in left field, then you had Cameron Carroll throw out Holcraft at second, and then you have Danny Perez throw. Excuse me, I'm looking at who it was, what runner it was. It was Griffin Crane out at second, and then you have the double play with Holcraft and Young. Did I just tilt our camera? Are we good?
Yep. No, you're. Oh, I think it's good.
Accidentally knocked it.
1-0. Tapped back. Up the middle, Z charging, throws it on the hop, and he gets Cowan with a really nice play for the 6-3 putout.
Beautiful play by Jamie Z there. He has to come rushing in on that one, and just a quick transfer from the glove to the hand and delivers an off-balance strike over to first base to retire Cowan for the first out of the inning.
So now it'll be Bray Touchstone, and versus Saugerties Stallions this inning. He's batting .500 with an OPS of 1,251. And he hits the first pitch up the middle. Z's going to have to make another play. He charges, throws on the hop again, and he retires Touchstone. So back-to-back plays from Jamie Z, flashing the leather and making the throw, 2 outs.
Another really nice play from Z. Action on the first pitch, makes the play going across the middle and whips one over to first. Dude, these fielders are good in the PGCBL. You know, like we harp on it when they make errors because, you know,
we have
you don't like to give good teams 4 outs, and usually they're able to make teams pay when you make an error.
It's our
too,
job. It's their job to make the play, and
yeah.
Unfortunately it's our job to criticize them when they don't.
But so many of these guys can make such hard plays look so effortless.
Yep.
Just like that from Jamie Z right there. Not many guys can make that play, especially at the collegiate level even.
Here's Danny Perez, batting .400 on the season against the Saugerties Stallions with an OPS of .940. And then on the season itself, he's batting .231. Yesterday, Danny Perez was 2 for 3 with an RBI.
It was the change in walk-up song is what we were saying.
You know, I spoke to him about it on the bus, and I said, is it just that you're getting more relaxed and clear-minded? And he's like, nope, I just started listening to the song a week ago, and I like it. That was his reasoning. The 2-1 is fouled back, now 2-2.
Drilling's producing a lot of ground balls. You can kind of just see the Mohawks caught off balance, a little ahead of everything, and just grounding it downwards, and that's produced a lot of outs so far. You haven't seen a lot of hard line drives or the elevation that you look for if you're Amsterdam.
The 2-2. It's popped up. Coming on over is Carroll. It's going to the dugout, and it's out of play.
I always like to mention, can I pan the camera to show this backstop?
Absolutely.
Here's the backstop you have here in Saugerties. It's interesting. It's like right below us is the bullpen. Interesting angle. Very interesting angle.
Our tripod broke, so we do have to get a new one. I'll be working on that tomorrow. Here's the 2-2. That one's ripped to the second baseman, Roney. He leaps up, makes the catch, and that retires the side. So the Mohawks put 3 balls in play, but unable to get any hits. They go down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the second right here on ABN, no score.
Farmers Insurance has spent 90 years putting customers first. Visit farmers.com to learn more. Come to Recovery Sports Grill, where Mohawks fans feel at home even when they're not in the ballpark, offering delicious food and drinks from burgers and beer to mocktails and desserts, and exclusive promotions and offers through our Hall of Fame Rewards program. Enjoy the fan and family environment where Recovery Sports Grill is proud to support local sports and always happy to host your family or team.
While the Mohawks shine on the diamonds shine bright at Northeastern Fine Jewelers. Come choose from a vast collection of products from all of your favorite brands, such as Omega, Cartier, Breitling, and more. Whether it's everyday jewelry or if you need something for that special day, we have you covered with our fashion and bridal assortments. Visit us in Albany, Schenectady, or Glens Falls to see what Northeastern can do for you.
When the Mohawks win, you also win at McDonald's. Whenever the Mohawks claim victory, take your game ticket to the McDonald's on Market Street in Amsterdam and receive a free small fry. You must have your ticket stub with you.
At NBT Bank, we know that this day starts with this one. That's why no matter what day you're planning for next, you can count on us to help you get started. NBT Bank, it starts here.
Justin Ford set to lead things off for the Saugerties Stallions. That'll be Reese Maroney and Dylan Passo. Welcome back, Matt Becker, Harry Tidgwell, Jack Kirshner with a 1-2-3 first inning.
It sounded like you were saying Jack Kirshner is here in the booth with us.
Nope.
Not
here
tonight.
with us
Not
in the
tonight.
booth tonight. One of 2 hits in that first inning, but was able to get the caught stealing, and then the tailor-made double play 6-4-3. So here is Justin Ford batting .386 on the season. We'll take a look at the Saugerties Stallions and the Amsterdam Mohawks. Well, both teams are on a 5-game win streak. The Mohawks are 8-1-1 in their last 10. Saugerties Stallions are 6-4 in their last 10. And the Saugerties Stallions' last game was Monday at Glens Falls, and well, they won 14-4.
There's one similarity between these two teams, like beating up on Glens Falls.
Mohawks have a 24-game win streak now against Glens Falls. That dates back to 2022.
And if you remember, that was almost ended earlier this season when they had that comeback win and Luke Filippi had the walk-off walk.
It was a great game indeed.
Jeez, I gotta get on this count. You're not gonna have to remind me again. We're without Nick today, so we're trying to work through the production truck on our own.
1-0 was in there for strike 1-1. We do miss you, Nick, our amazing producer, and we're manually putting in the balls and strikes, and sometimes we get a little distracted. Here's the 1-1 from Kirshner to Ford. And he taps that one back foul. That one hit off him after it hit home plate.
What's so great about that last inning for Kirshner is you can come into the dugout and without giving up any runs and still be like, look, I have to fix this stuff, and you don't have to find it out the hard way just because your defense was able to really back you up. So, and it keeps the pitch count low. You get a double play that keeps the pitch count low. So Jack Kirshner with a really good start to this one.
Here's the 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Foul tipped into the mitt of Danny Perez for out number 1. So now it'll be Reese Maroney batting .327. He's playing second base today.
There's that Jack Kirshner signature strikeout, his 21st of the season. Striking out right around 40% of the batters that he faces.
I'd say that's a pretty good number considering he has only 15 and third innings pitched coming into the day. That one's popped up to the right side. Young is racing back. Cowan is there too. Cowan calls him off. He makes the catch, and that retires Maroney for the second out.
And you love to get a first pitch out like that. Not only does it keep the pitch count itself low, but it just keeps getting fielders involved. It keeps them on their toes when you see some early action there, and Cowan doing a really good job of communicating with John Young Jr. coming in on that one. And it's a quick 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
So now it'll be Dylan Passo against the Amsterdam Mohawks. He's batting .385, and his OPS is .813. Coming into the day, he's batting .230. He takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike 0-1.
You're trying to work Passo out if you're the Mohawks here. You know, Hobbit-Siefken had such a monster game the last time these two teams faced off. You'd like to save him for next inning.
That
if you're
one's popped
Kirshner.
up and foul. Jack Kirshner with 2 outs. Opponents are hitting .292 against him.
A little bit of a spike from his 200 batting average against normally. I guess I would say overall.
Absolutely. Here's the 0-2. That one's tap back foul. Dylan Passo had to reach to even get a piece on it, so good plate defense from him.
Just doing such a good job of mixing in that fastball middle to up in the zone, and then that breaking ball that he just likes to go down in the dirt with.
Here's the 0-2 from Kirshner to Passo.
Oh,
And Kirshner slipped on the mound. That pitch missed outside for a ball. He's smiling. He seems to be okay.
I don't know if he was trying to start moving towards the mound.
Well, we'll take a look at it right here as he catches his breath. And you see right there,
Oof.
lost his footing.
He's all okay. He's back on the
Yep.
rubber.
He's all good. Then a 1-2 count with 2 outs. And it's hit to the left side over the hand of Holcraft and into left field for a base hit. Filippi picks it up. And Passo, who came in batting .385 against the Mohawks, continues to mash against them.
Just a really good job by Passo lifting that one over Holcraft's head. A really good effort by Holcraft at that. You see the sunglasses even pop off of his head there. But just not enough height on that one.
Now it'll be Travis Hobbensiefkin coming in batting .309 and against the Mohawks batting .292. He is one of the best batters with power for the Saugerties Stallions.
And he's a .309 hitter so far this season with a .489 slugging.
Well, last time he faced the Amsterdam Mohawks, he had a 2-home run game with 4 RBIs. Both of the home runs were to left field. One of them a 3-run homer and one of them a solo shot.
That'll help the slugging a little bit. Tack 2 homers on there.
Here's the 0-1 with a runner at first, and that's fouled back off the mask of the umpire.
Most guys can't even tally 2 home runs in a season in the PGCBL where you're swinging wood for the first time in their career for a lot of these guys. And you see Hobbenskief do it twice, and I think it was back-to-back at-bats.
Yeah, you're
against
absolutely right.
Amsterdam.
Did you use wood, though? I think you told me you used wood, right?
I used wood for travel, yes.
Remember you told me that you did use wood for a little bit. Passo leads at first with 2 outs here. And an 0-2 count at the plate is Hobbensiefkin. And he rips one in the air to center field. Charging is Filippi, but that's going to get down for a base hit. Filippi fields it cleanly and throws it to Holcraft to the cutoff man.
Back-to-back batters now where Kirshner was able to get to 2 strikes. But then Passo and Hobbensief can just do such a good job of keeping it simple and putting something back up the middle on a line.
So
And now a little 2-out rally for
Absolutely.
the Stallions.
So back-to-back hits for the Saugerties Stallions, and that'll bring up George Baker, the extra hitter, batting .294 on the year.
He's only played in 6 games so far with 17 at-bats, but hasn't been a bad hitter
Not
in
at
his short amount of playing time so far this season.
Runners at first and second here with 2 outs. And that goes back to what we were saying on Jack Kirshner with that average being a little bit higher for opponents with 2 outs against him.
And I think that's a mix of guys shortening up and able to put his fastball and play more often with 2 outs, and maybe Kirshner just over pitching, trying to blow something by a guy to maybe grab the momentum a little bit and just leaving something over the heart of the plate that guys are able to attack.
Well, Kirshner pitches with 176 with runners on. That one's fouled back.
You see Hobbensief doing that same lead that we saw last week when these two teams faced off, where he's basically facing the second base bag since you have Touchstone moved all the way back onto the outfield grass, not holding him on, especially because you have George Baker, who's a left-hander, so you got to be ready over at first, almost treat it like the hot corner.
Here's the 1-1. In the dirt, now 2-1.
We're going to get there. We're going to get there. I keep forgetting to change the count. I look up, I look down, I look up.
I feel ya. It's great because it's usually not technically our job, and today it is. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Big swing from George Baker. Kirshner pumped that fastball right by him.
I would have loved to see the miles per hour on that one. Kirshner just letting that one rip. It was pretty much middle, and Baker just couldn't catch up to it.
So now the count is even, 2-2 with 2 runners on and 2 outs here in the second inning. A lot of twos.
Deuce is wild.
2-2. Flare to left field. That'll go foul. So we have an update on Jaden Harriel. We spoke to him yesterday, and he's nearing a return. He was taking ground balls yesterday, showing some good signs, and he told us that he feels a lot better. So keep an eye on that. Jemison is at third tonight.
Another guy nearing a return, Luke Costello.
Yeah.
After he was out for almost a month with that finger injury, and he was really hot when he was playing for Amsterdam.
Here's the 2-2. And that one just misses low. Perez tried to frame it, and Kirshner nodded his head at the umpire. He understands that pitch missed.
Costello only got in 13 ABs in his first 5 games with the Mohawks, but he batted an impressive .385 with a .538 slugging and a .625 on-base percentage.
So here is the 3-2, and the merry-go-round will be in motion with 2 outs. And Kirshner, smart, steps off wisely. You never know. You expect both runners to go on a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Maybe could have caught him. 3-2 pitch, both runners in motion. That one's tapped back off the glove of Kirshner, and that'll be a base hit, and they'll throw back at third, and Paso is in there standing.
Just a really... Wait, I tried capturing the replay. Let's see if this works. Let's see what we got.
You have to hit the...
Oh, the logo?
Yep. And it'll automatically play for you.
Baker just taps that one in play, and Kirshner puts a great effort on it, but off the top of his glove. Paso's able to get back to that third base bag. He took a little bit too wide of a turn rounding third, but the bases are now loaded for the Stallions, and so Kirshner again gets the 2 strikes, but just can't put them away.
It'll be Casey Kumiski. And yeah, they rule it a hit, so 5 hits so far for the Saugerties Stallions. That one's in there for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, I agree with giving that one a hit. That just would have been such a hard play for Kirshner to make.
Absolutely. Would have been best for him to probably let it go, but if the ball's coming at you...
Same thing you saw on that LSU-Arizona College World Series game.
Yeah. Here's the 0-1. And Comiskey rips it to the left side. Jemison fields it cleanly. He throws to first in time. Side retired. So 3 hits, no errors, no runs, and 3 left on base. Getting out of the jam after the 2-out rally was started. Jack Kirshner does a phenomenal job, and we'll step aside on ABN.
MCT Federal Credit Union is a member-owned financial cooperative serving all of Montgomery County, providing financial solutions since 1960. Their member experience is driven by innovation, technology, and reliable personalized service. MCT provides a comprehensive array of financial services, low-rate financing, and convenient e-services. To learn more, visit mct-fcu.org. Again, that's mct-fcu.org.
The Amsterdam Mohawks like to thank our sponsors, 3 Rings Protection and Training Services. Owner Dwayne Potter is a licensed private investigator in the state of New York. He also provides armed and unarmed security officers to various businesses in upstate New York. To contact Dwayne for information, call 518-225-3283. That's 518-225-3283.
MCT Federal Credit Union is a member-owned financial cooperative serving all of Montgomery County, providing financial solutions since 1960. Their member experience is driven by innovation, technology, and reliable personalized service. MCT provides a comprehensive array of financial services, low-rate financing, and convenient e-services. To learn more, visit mct-fcu.org. Again, that's mct-fcu.org.
The Amsterdam Mohawks like to thank our sponsors, Three Rings Protection and Training Services. Owner Dwayne Potter is a licensed private investigator in the state of New York. He also provides armed and unarmed security officers to various businesses in upstate New York. To contact Dwayne for information, call 518-225-3283. That's 518-225-3283.
MCT Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back on ABN. We're going to take a quick commercial break as a new pitcher comes into the game. Matt Drillings has left the game after stepping on the mound ready for warm-ups, but something seemed to bother him, so he has been pulled from the game. So just a little bit of an injury delay, and we'll be back in just a moment on ABN.
Don't get caught in a pickle when a storm blows in from left field. An automatic standby generator from Adirondack Generators will keep the lights on, drinks cold, and the Mohawks game playing loud and clear. Adirondack Generators, where your service is our priority. Visit us at www.adirondackgenerators.com or call 518-224-1492. Altieri's Landscaping and Snow Plowing, LLC, is a full landscaping company providing full property maintenance services, lawn mowing, shrub removal, spring and fall cleanup, excavation, gravel driveway rehabs, and upgrades, along with design work. Altieri's also provides full snow plowing services come wintertime. Tim Altieri is a veteran of the Navy who started this business 1 year of being out of the service in 1994. Tim is passionate about the work he and his team do at Altieri's Landscaping. A family-owned small engine repair shop in the town of Amsterdam, Dot Skills Equipment and Repair works on any makes and models of lawn and garden equipment, plus snow blowers, generators, and chainsaws. They offer pickup and delivery. Call Got Skills at 518-848-2580. That's 518-848-2580. The Montgomery County Office for Aging is committed to serving the older citizens of Montgomery County. Check out officeforaging.com to learn more. Your local Amsterdam Taco Bell is proud to support the Mohawks. Be sure to stop by after the game to satisfy all.
Welcome back on ABN. Matt Drillings is out of the game, sustaining a potential injury. We saw him walk off the mound, pointing at his hand. So we'll just leave it at that. So he came in to throw his warm-up pitches and then walked off the mound, and they had to get the bullpen pumping. So definitely seems like an injury situation, and we do not have an update on that. So it's going to be John Packer, the lefty, making his Saugerties Stallions and PGCBL debut.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything of John Packer so far this season. The quick final line for Matt Drillings: 2 innings pitched, 17 total pitches, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and no strikeouts.
So now it's Alex Juggins, the switch hitter, and he'll step in from the left side of the plate against a lefty pitcher. So he wants the same side matchup today.
Yeah, I feel like we've only really seen him from the left side so far this season. Should my mic be closer? Better? Okay, there we
It's
go.
Fixie Harry's mic. Here's the 0-1. That one's outside.
Juggins' last at-bat in this very same park was a home run over the right center field wall.
And that was from the left side of the plate. He turned on it. That was your first Amsterdam Mohawks home run call.
Capped off a explosive ninth inning for the Mohawks.
Yep, they won that game 10-3. Juggins coming into the day, batting .243 on the season. The Nashville native.
Had a strong night last night, collected 2 hits. Was able to go the other way both times. Almost put one out over the left center field wall back in Amsterdam.
Came around to score as well in the 5th. Here's the 1-2. And it just missed the outside corner. The count's even at 2.
A really good take by Juggins there. Doesn't bite on the pitch just low and outside.
Just the 2-2 from Packer in the dirt. Nice block by Carroll. Not that it was necessary. Thought there was a runner on for a second when I saw the sliding block. Impressive nonetheless.
Good to get the practice in.
Absolutely. So now the count's full. The payoff pitch from Packer is tapped foul. We'll do it again. Good at bat for Jungans so far.
This is a guy you don't really know much about if you're Amsterdam. You haven't seen him yet this summer against anybody, so.
You also weren't preparing for him really this early in the game.
Yeah, definitely. With the way Drillings was moving, you would have thought you'd have been seeing him into the 5th or 6th inning and had an opportunity to scrape 1 or 2 across. It's quick into the bullpen, which can mean.
That shatters the bat right back to the pitcher, Packer. He makes the toss for the first out. How about that?
We're going to take a look at this replay. Jeez, that one caught Jungin so far in on the hands. How do I slow this down? I got it.
Yep, there you go.
Speed it up a little bit.
Here it is, coming in.
So far on the inside, it caught Jungins off guard. It's like I think the handle was still in his hands.
That is
not
that's
something
one of the
you see
first
every
bats
day.
we've seen break.
Yeah, we talked about that. How you don't see
Yeah,
many
we haven't seen
bats
it.
break compared to like. I feel like every time I watch an MLB game, there's at least one bat breaking, and we have not seen many broken bats as I drop my papers on the ground.
So here's Sebastian Harden batting .667 against the Saugerties Stallions with an OPS of, how about this, 1,750. And this season he's batting .340. So he has really made his mark after not really getting a hit in the first 5 or 6 games. He just kept walking and walking and walking, and he finally got that first hit and has exploded since then. Same side matchup for him.
Such a good job at continuously
And he
finding ways on
rifles
base.
that one into right field. That'll get down for a base hit, so Harden continues to slug against the Saugerties Stallions, and he has the second Mohawks hit of the game.
And he pokes one the other way here, drives it into the right center field gap, and just such a good job by Harden going with the pitch that he gets and grabbing the Mohawks' second hit of the night.
So here's Peyton Jemison batting .172 on the season. Harden has speed at first. There's a lefty on the mound, so it might be tough for him to get a really good jump. We'll see if Griff decides to send him. Doesn't go on the first pitch, and that one's high and outside for ball 1.
Jemison not having a great year so far, only batting .172, but as we said, you look at Will Cowan, didn't have a great start when he started here in Amsterdam, and just a matter of seeing pitches and getting more at-bats, and then you can go on a tear like he did, where he was batting over .500 for a nearly 2-week stretch. So if you're Peyton Jemison, you hope it's only a matter of time before you see him break through offensively.
Brad Curtis is on deck.
He's been a guy that's been really strong as of late.
Harden with a pretty sizable lead. The 1-0 is inside 2-0, and this might be the pitch to run on. We'll see.
Harden really trusts his speed. Whenever you talk to him, whether it's defensively or on the bases, he trusts his ability to get to spots and stay within his boundaries. And he has really big boundaries because he's so quick, but he's able to trust himself with getting back to the bag and not being too over-aggressive where it can hurt the team.
He doesn't go on that one, now 3-0.
Yeah, I think you might just see if Jemison can work the walk, not even force a play down at second.
Packer behind 3-0. He catches the inside corner. Jemison thought it was ball 4. Hits are 5-2. 5 for the Saugerties Stallions, but no runs. Credit to the Amsterdam Mohawks defense. They got the double play in the first inning, and then last inning when they let up 3 straight hits, it was with 2 outs. They were able to get out of that. Here's the 3-1. Hit to the left side. Comiskey throws to second for 1, throws to first, not in time. So they get 1 at second base on the fielder's choice, and that's the second out.
Yeah, not enough time for the double play ball there, especially with the speedy Harden, and Jemison has some good wheels of his own, and that one just rolled over towards the third base side, and not ideal if you're Jemison, but you find a way to continue the inning and pass the baton over to Brad Curtis.
Well, yeah, here's Brad Curtis, who actually pitched and hit yesterday.
Close things out. It's a combined shutout for the Mohawks pitching staff last night.
Batting .294 on the season. Jemison leads at first, and the first pitch is outside, 1-0.
And we spoke a little bit about it on the broadcast last night, but that's such a great team accomplishment for the pitching staff to get that combined shutout. It was Ariston Veazey. I wrote out all the guys down. Joey Gekowicz, Zach Spurrier, Andy Kai, and then Brad Curtis combined for 17 strikeouts.
That's a fair ball hit to the third base side. Kumiski throws to first in time, and that retires the side. So a nice play by Casey Kumiski, throwing the ball 90 feet to get the out at first base. And the Mohawks leave a runner on. So one hit, no runs, no errors, one runner left on base. You're watching on ABN, no score.
Farmers Insurance has spent 90 years putting customers first. Visit farmers.com to learn more. Come to Recovery Sports Grill, where Mohawks fans feel at home even when they're not in the ballpark, offering delicious food and drinks from burgers and beer to mocktails and desserts, and exclusive promotions and offers through our Hall of Fame Rewards program. Enjoy the fan and family environment where Recovery Sports Grill is proud to support local sports and always happy to host your family or team.
While the Mohawks shine on the diamonds shine bright at Northeastern Fine Jewelers. Come choose from a vast collection of products from all of your favorite brands, such as Omega, Cartier, Breitling, and more. Whether it's everyday jewelry or if you need something for that special day, we have you covered with our fashion and bridal assortments. Visit us in Albany, Schenectady, or Glens Falls to see what Northeastern can do for you.
When the Mohawks win, you also win at McDonald's. Whenever the Mohawks claim victory, take your game ticket to the McDonald's on Market Street in Amsterdam and receive a free small fry. You must have your ticket stub with you.
At NBT Bank, we know that this day starts with this one.
Welcome back on ABN. Here's some scores around the league. Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs defeated the Glens Falls Dragons in the first game of a doubleheader, 14-7. They play again tonight at 7:35. Actually, that would have started already, just no score yet. Then Utica's up 3-2 over the Boonville Lumberjacks in the top of the fourth.
That's a big game for those two teams. Currently in the third and fourth spot for the East Division, so
it's a big game right now here as well. First and second place team.
Yeah, and you've reached that point in the season where you start to think of playoff matchups and trying to get as high as you can, possibly seeding-wise, so you can avoid that. And what is it? The fifth and sixth have to play? No.
I think they changed that rule. They haven't relayed to us the official.
Yeah, we haven't got the official playoff format.
Pretty sure it's 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3,
okay.
And then those two winners face off in the title series. We trademark that as. So it's going to be John Freitag. He's the 10th man to bat for the Saugerties Stallions.
So obviously you're trying to get one of those top 2 seeds so you can play at least your first game at home. And
yep,
it's a big benefit, especially if you're Amsterdam. It's playing in front of such a packed house can really change things.
The 1 seed would clinch home advantage for the entire playoffs outside of the championship. Well, that's a called strike right there. And
I wonder if that's based off record or if it's an alternating East Division gets the.
It's based on record, but it's unclear at the moment which side. You'd have to wait for both 1 seeds to be final.
The Mohawks are currently first overall, but I know they've played the most games out of all teams, so you might still be waiting on. That was a ball.
That one
on
misses,
some teams
2-1.
to catch up in terms of total games.
John Freitag. You have not seen him yet. He's DHing today. Two-1 is low, now 3-1. Kirshner led off a leadoff hit in the first inning. That runner was Griffin Crane. He's on deck. He was caught stealing. And then Justin Ford struck out to start the second inning. We'll see what Kirshner does here to start the third.
He was able to get the 2 outs quite effectively last inning and then had to work his way out of the jam after a 3 straight hits for the Stallions.
That one's fouled back. Now the count is full. It'll be John Freitag, Griffin Crane at the top of the lineup, then Cameron Carroll. Crane and Carroll both have hits, both to the same exact spot between the first base and second baseman. Now the count is full. The payoff pitch to Freitag. That misses high, ball 4. Kirshner shaking his head a little bit. He thought he might have clipped the zone.
Yeah, I don't hate the spot if you're Kirshner attacking that elevated outside part of the zone, and I think he might have clipped it. You know, we don't have a great angle from up here, but I'm surprised that Freitag was willing to spit on that one, but he gets the ball 4 call, so it works out in his favor.
Well, Kirshner, with leadoff hitters in innings, opponents are hitting 400, and that number goes up from the first inning. And it stays the same here with a walk. That one's inside for a strike. Griffin Crane squared to bunt. That brought Jemison in.
Griffin Crane pulled a single to the right side his first time up.
We're here in the bottom of the third. 0-0 score and a runner on first. Kirshner deals. That one misses outside. And it's 1-1.
It's another one where I thought it was there for Kirshner, and he does a really good job of pounding the fastball there, but just can't get the call to get ahead 0-2.
Here's the 1-1 with Freitag at first and nobody out. That one also misses. Now 2-1.
Seems like not a favorable spot tonight. I'd move away from that high outside corner if you're Kirshner. It doesn't seem like you're going to get much there. We see DJ Wallace, the bullpen catcher, heading down to the. I can't get a number on the pitcher. 21, maybe?
Might be. Here's the 2-1. That one's flared to the left side and foul. Well, number 21 is Parker Akins. We haven't seen him in a little bit, so that seems like the move that they would make.
We got our own Randy here with the binoculars. 21 is correct.
Oh.
So that is Parker Akins, and he'll start to get loose as Kirshner works through his third inning of work.
That one's hit to the left side. Holcraft will flip to second for one. Young throws to first. In time, double play.
Just another beautiful double play by the Mohawks. Gets to Holcraft in a hurry, and he just does such a good job of getting rid of this one and trusting Young to deliver a strike over to touchstone at first.
A beautiful 6-4-3 double play. It's the second one of the game. Holcraft, Young, and Touchstone making that happen, and now it'll be Cameron Carroll. He has a hit his last time up.
Kirshner loves it. You could see him getting pumped up after that one. It's so nice to help your pitcher that way if you're in the field and collect two quick outs here in the bottom of the third.
The 0-1 is hit slowly. Jemison's charging, fields it cleanly, throws to first in time, and that retires the side. So two stellar defensive plays from the Amsterdam Mohawks, and they get out of this inning scoreless. We'll be back on ABN in just a moment.
Don't get caught in a pickle when a storm blows in from left field. An automatic standby generator from Adirondack Generators will keep the lights on, drinks cold, and the Mohawks game playing loud and clear. Adirondack Generators, where your service is our priority. Visit us at www.adirondackgenerators.com or call 518-224-1492. Altieri's Landscaping and Snow Plowing, LLC, is a full landscaping company providing full property maintenance services, lawn mowing, shrub removal, spring and fall cleanup, excavation, gravel driveway rehabs, and upgrades, along with design work. Altieri's also provides full snow plowing services come wintertime. Tim Altieri is a veteran of the Navy who started this business 1 year of being out of the service in 1994. Tim is passionate about the work he and his team do at Altieri's Landscaping. A family-owned small engine repair shop in the town of Amsterdam, Got Skills Equipment and Repair works on any makes and models of lawn and garden equipment, plus snowblowers, generators, and chainsaws. They offer pickup and delivery. Call Got Skills at 518-848-2580. That's 518-848-2580. The Montgomery County Office for Aging is committed to serving the older citizens of Montgomery County. Check out officeforaging.com to learn more. Your local Amsterdam Taco Bell is proud to support the Mohawks. Be sure to stop by after the game to satisfy all your cheesy, crunchy, melty cravings. Open.
Welcome back. Leading off for the Amsterdam Mohawks, it goes back to the top of the lineup. Luke Filippi, who singled his first time up, then got caught in the fielder's choice.
That was a fun. Did you hear that sound? They're the SpongeBob. Oh, brother. This guy stinks. Filippi, you don't stink. That was. I disagree.
I disagree as well, as fouls that one back. So he didn't walk yesterday.
We need one more walk.
We need one more walk for him to tie the Amsterdam Mohawks record.
That stands at 34. He currently sits at 33.
Yep.
Just insane to think about.
The only problem is he's swinging a hot bat right now.
Yeah, and he's just been more, that has made him more aggressive. You saw earlier this year when he wasn't as confident in his swing, he was taking a lot of pitches, and for a lot of pitchers, you're just getting back into action for summer ball, so you're missing the zone more often, and that led to him collecting a lot of walks early on, a couple of golden treadmills, the 4-walk game.
Here's the 1-1 as that's fouled back into the stands. Yeah, he was 1 for 3 yesterday, and he got hit by a pitch, which doesn't count as a walk. So it'll be Filippi, Young, then Holcraft, exactly like the first inning.
We still got to find that all-time, PGCBL record.
Yes, we do.
Hit to ask John on that.
Here's the 1-2. That's fouled back. Good job by Filippi to even get a piece on that. That pitch was sinking in the dirt.
I don't even know where you try and find that. Is it like a PGCBL archive for
maybe there's an almanac.
Single-season walks?
Maybe there's an almanac.
Maybe.
Who has the most single-season walks in MLB history is the question. Here's the 1-2.
When Filippi breaks the record, that will be the trivia question.
Yes.
So don't look it up. Don't look it up. You're going to have to think of that on your own.
Yep. Young is on deck. Flew out to left field his first time up. Here's the 1-2. Rip to the right side. Maroney is there. Tosses to first in time. 1 out.
You could hear the crack of the bat by Filippi there. He does a really good job of lining that one the other way. But an even better play by Maroney over at second to retire the first out of the inning, and that brings up John Young Jr.
So here is John Young Jr. As we alluded to, he went 2 for 3 yesterday. Came around to score in the 5th inning.
Bumped his average up to 250. So he's been climbing over the past couple of weeks.
I just love how all of his stuff is Crimson Tide red. I was playing hockey with a guy on Monday with our deck hockey team, and he plays for Alabama's floor hockey team. And he had a Crimson Tide helmet and gloves, and it was so cool. And you can just tell, it's Crimson Tide red. You know it is.
I was a floor hockey beast in middle school.
Yep.
It's one of our gym units.
It's technically called deck hockey because it's a different material. Me and my friends all play in it. So much fun. Here's the 1-0. That hits the outside corner for a called strike, now 1-1.
Have you dabbled in the knee hockey?
Oh, of course. Oh, my goodness.
I love some knee hockey.
Oh, middle school knee hockey days. I mean, those were the nights. And I had my neighbors were my closest friends, and they were my age, so we'd always play. 1-1 is swung on and missed.
It started fun and games and ended with slashes up and down your legs from those miniature hockey sticks. But
the fingers were chopped, and your knees had turf burns all over it, or rug burns, and it was just never ended well. We used to wear pants. That's how bad it got. Here's the 1-2. Chop to the right side. Passo is there. Fields it cleanly. Steps on first to a side.
Young just a little too off balance on this breaking ball. Is able to poke something towards the first base line, but not hit hard enough to get through, and that's going to bring up Chris Holcraft.
So here is Chris Holcraft hitting to the fielder's choice to end the first inning. He has been hitting phenomenally recently.
Has a chance to get back over the 300 mark if he collects a hit here.
Chris Holcraft, his OPS against the Saugerties Stallions is 837. He's got 4 hits, 3 of them being doubles.
Forgot we had these. These are so great. John made us
You're the best,
the
John.
stats against Saugerties.
Game Changer's the best. They got to switch to Game Changer, I'll tell you. That is it just does it for you.
I'm all for it.
Game Changer's unreal. So yeah, 4 hits for Holcraft against the Saugerties Stallions. 3 of them are doubles.
You look at other guys that are really hot against Saugerties. You got Sebastian Harden batting .667. He collected another hit earlier in this one.
Yep, and
for
his
a
OPS
touchstone.
For Harden was at 1,750, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's an Aaron Judge and a half.
Oh,
pretty
my goodness.
much. And then you look at a Bray Touchstone batting at that 500 mark with a 640 OBP.
And the 1,251 OPS as well. 3-1 to Holcraft. And it's outside ball 4. So that'll bring up Will Cowan. He's hitting .273 with runners on.
Another impressive bat against the Stallions, batting .385 with a 429 OBP in his 13 at-bats against Saugerties.
He grounded out to shortstop his last time up.
We saw he had a few monster weeks, and he cooled off a little bit last night and gets out in his first at-bat here tonight, but obviously still a bat you have to be afraid of if you're the Stallions, just with how well he's been putting balls in play.
That one got a roar from the crowd. They all thought that one hit the zone. Umpire said no, 1-0. We'll see if they send Holcraft. Again, a lefty on the mound, so it's going to be tough. And they check back on him. So it looks like they're listening to our broadcast and they know what to look out for. We all have the same scouting report.
Some guys go with the PitchCom, some guys go with the ABN broadcast.
I would go with PitchCom. I don't think they need to hear some of our nonsense. Here, runner goes. Pitches a cold ball. Throw to second is in time. He got him. Oh, wow. Holcraft is called out for the second time tonight, and it was a phenomenal tag from Reese Maroney. He was going from his left to his right, and this is just sensational. Harry, take a look at this.
I don't know, Matt. I think Holcraft might have got in on the backside of that bag. If Maroney managed to get the tag, which is the call that he got, it's a very acrobatic and great tag at that.
Well, Keith Griffin is going to just come out and have a little chat with home plate umpire right now. He begs to differ as well, and you can see Holcraft going over to Joe Muzzio, the first base coach, telling him his displeasure because he wants to make sure he doesn't say anything to the umpire. As the chicken dance goes on here, a tradition at Cantine Memorial Field between the bottom 4 innings. So, Jack Kirshner toes the rubber, and we'll be back on ABN.
Don't get caught in a pickle when a storm blows in from left field. An automatic standby generator from Adirondack Generators will keep the lights on, drinks cold, and the Mohawks game playing loud and clear. Adirondack Generators, where your service is our priority. Visit us at www.adirondackgenerators.com or call 518-224-1492. Altieri's Landscaping and Snow Plowing, LLC, is a full landscaping company providing full property maintenance services, lawn mowing, shrub removal, spring and fall cleanup, excavation, gravel driveway rehabs, and upgrades, along with design work. Altieri's also provides full snow plowing services come wintertime. Tim Altieri is a veteran of the Navy who started this business 1 year of being out of the service in 1994. Tim is passionate about the work he and his team do at Altieri's Landscaping. A family-owned small engine repair shop in the town of Amsterdam, Dot Skills Equipment and Repair works on any makes and models of lawn and garden equipment, plus snowblowers, generators.
Welcome back, Jamie Z. Set to lead off. He grounded into the 6-4-3 double play in the first inning. This will be his second at bat. And Harry, let's circle back to the last half of the inning. Chris Holcraft, it's the second time that Carroll has thrown out a runner. The first one was Filippi. He was caught stealing. And this time it was Holcraft.
Yeah, our eyes aren't Darting back.
Actually, pardon me, both times it was Holcraft.
Both times it was Holcraft. Flippy was out via the fielder's choice. Yep. And, our eyes aren't darting back and forth between Coach Griffin and the batter's box. We don't know if he's giving Holcraft the steal sign or if he's one of the guys that, gets that green light that you hear of at the pro level. But, they weren't bad jumps. They're just really good throws by Cameron Carroll. And, personally, I thought he got in there on that second one.
I'd have to agree
throw
with
Bob
you.
Maroney a little off of the bag, and he was basically falling backwards trying to make that tag. But we can take another look at it here.
Well, 0-2 right now. But, yes, definitely want to take another look at it because this was a really close play. Unfortunately, we don't have a zoom feature. Here's the 0-2, and that's strike three looking. Jack Kirshner runs the fastball by Jamie Z. One out, and that'll bring up Justin Ford. But quickly, we'll take a look and slow it down for you. Here's the caught stealing.
Freezes him with the fastball. Kirshner there.
And
you see it's just Maroney's. He catches it so forward that he has to basically do a dive back, and I think Holcraft might have got to the back of the bag. You can kind of see he put his hands on his head right away, almost like he was signaling for a review in a sense. And, he's a guy that he doesn't do it every time, so I like to believe that when he knows that he's safe, And
yep.
From our point of view, we don't have a great angle, but I thought he got in there.
I agree with you. Justin Ford struck out his last time up. He's ahead in the count 2-0. I wanted to bring this up to you. Did you see that the MLB All-Star Game is going to have ABS?
I did see that.
What are your thoughts?
It's interesting. I people have been pointing towards robot umps for some time now, but people don't realize how good these human umps are that are at the MLB level.
That's ripped to the left side. That'll get through for a base hit. Jemison couldn't get down low enough. And Ford's got a single with one out.
I forget what the number exactly is, but a bad game for an umpire is when they're 85% correct. So, most of these guys are still getting 9 out of 10 calls right, and they're consistent. Sometimes you might be a little angry with their zone, but they do a really good job of knowing what's a strike to them and knowing what's a ball to them and staying consistent to that. So I think they don't get enough credit, and I think having that human aspect is important in any sport. If you're just going to determine everything up to robots, I think there's a curve, because guys are – it's just a zone that adjusts. You got to be aggressive with 2 strikes. You can be more selective when it's an 0-0 count, and robots kind of take all of that part out of the game, which I find so important. So, I don't know. I stick with human umps.
Here's Reese Maroney 0 for 1, batting .327 coming in. And, I agree. I will say, though, there are some calls that are egregiously bad. And as the runner goes, that one is a hit and run to the right side. That'll get down for a base hit. Ford had to put on the brakes. It's picked up by Cowan. They're going to wave him around the throw. So the cutoff man is not in time. And that is an RBI double for Reese Maroney. And the Stallions go on top. It's 1-0.
Just such a good piece of hitting by Reese Maroney on the hit and run. Drives that one down the right field line and gets down for extra bases. By the time Cowan's able to get to it, who was that running?
That was Justin Ford. He had to put the brakes on. He wasn't sure if it was going to fall in, and he was stuck at second base as that ball landed. But because of the shift that the Mohawks had on, he was able to come around and score because Cowan had to take a little bit of an extra sprint to get that ball.
Yeah, and even with him putting on the brakes, he was able to score with ease as that one got all the way into the corner. It was a good throw by Cowan, and we talked yesterday about that cannon that he has in right field. But, he threw it to the second base cutoff instead, trying to.
That ball gets away, and that'll go to the backstop, and that'll advance Reese Maroney to third with Dylan Passo at the plate and 1 out. So now, I was about to say maybe, I would say intentionally walk, but look who's on deck. It's Travis Hobbensiefken. That's the only problem.
Yeah, you've got the double play ball a couple times today. You could try and work for that again, or you just pitch to Dylan Passo, who had that single in his first at-bat. So did Hobbensiefken.
And Hobbensiefken in his last 2 games against the Mohawks, 2 home runs and a single.
A little bit of pick your poison, I guess.
Don't want to pitch to him.
They're going to bring the infield up as that one works inside.
So, he was 2 for 5 in that game, and he's 1 for 1 today. So 3 hits in the last 2 games against the Mohawks, and 2 of them being home runs. And this being his home field, he knows it better than anybody else. That one's ripped up the middle. That's a base hit, and that'll make it 2-0. So Reese Maroney cashes in. Dylan Passo cashes in Reese Maroney from third. And that'll bring up Hobbensiefken. It's a 2-0 ball game.
An excellent drive up the middle by Paso. That one with some excellent velocity and gets through with no doubt. It's an RBI single, and the Stallions extend their lead to 2-0.
So here is Travis Hobbensiefken, 1 for 1 today, and Zach Breen is going to come out and give Jack Kirshner a visit. He's let up 8 hits so far, and well, prior to this, he only let up 5 hits, and no runs came across, but these 3 hits here in the inning, back to back to back, have brought 2 runs home.
And he surrendered 8 hits in his 4 innings of work so far, so if you're Kirshner, maybe just giving a little too much to the Stallions. And, you know, we talked before the game about it's his second time of going against Saugerties. He surrendered 4 hits in his 4 innings of work last time, and maybe it's just more of a sense of familiarity this time around, where they've been hitting him a little bit better now that they've seen a bunch of pitches from him during that first outing, and they've done a good job of battling through counts. They've gone down 0-2 and put hard balls in play. Looks like they're going to leave Kirshner out there to try and work his way through this 4th inning.
And yes, that is Parker Akins getting ready. And Jack Kirshner, he pitches better against right-handed hitters. Opponents are hitting 167 from the right side on Jack Kirshner, opposed to 182 from the left side. But it doesn't matter for Travis Hobbensiefken. He can hit anybody. He loves to hit against this Mohawk staff as well. George Baker's on deck if it gets to him. Kirshner's still 1 pitch away. And that one's hit in the air to right field. Cowan is charging. He makes the catch. And 2 outs.
Not a bad piece of hitting right there. If you're Hobbensiefken, Cowan just doing a really good job of getting to the spot quickly on that one and grabbing Kirshner as second out of the inning. If you're Kirshner, it's really important to just find a way to bear down and keep this a 2-run game. Trust your offense to work your way back into this one and end your 4 innings of work on a high note.
Here is George Baker, and he is also 1 for 1. He was a part of those 3 straight hits in the 2nd inning for the Stallions, which ended on Casey Kumiski's ground out to third base.
His hit was that one that just got over Kirshner's head, so it wasn't even hit incredibly well, but did a job at that.
That slider is inside. Baker had to back away. Kirshner nodded his head. I think he liked his spot there.
It's the game within the game for a lot of these pitchers. Even if you're missing, you can still win a pitch.
That one's popped up. Jemison charging in foul grounds. Will it stay in? He's at the railing, and he makes the catch. Peyton Jemison right up against the fence. Gets the Mohawks out of this inning, but not before an RBI double from Reese Maroney and an RBI single from Dylan Paso. The Saugerties Stallions lead at 2-0 right here on ABN.
Don't get caught in a pickle when a storm blows in from left field. An automatic standby generator from Adirondack Generators will keep the lights on, drinks cold, and the Mohawks game playing loud and clear. Adirondack Generators, where your service is our priority. Visit us at www.adirondackgenerators.com or call 518-224-1492. Altieri's Landscaping and Snow Plowing, LLC, is a full landscaping company providing full property maintenance services, lawn mowing, shrub removal, spring and fall cleanup, excavation, gravel driveway rehabs, and upgrades, along with design work. Altieri's also provides full snow plowing services come wintertime. Tim Altieri is a veteran of the Navy who started this business 1 year of being out of the service in 1994. Tim is passionate about the work he and his team do at Altieri's Landscaping. A family-owned small engine repair shop in the town of Amsterdam, Dot Skills Equipment and Repair works on any makes and models of lawn and garden equipment, plus snow blowers, generators, and chainsaws. They offer pickup and delivery. Call Got Skills at 518-848-2580. That's 518-848-2580. The Montgomery County Office
Welcome back in ABN. Will Cowan set to lead off here. He grounded to shortstop his first time up. We're in the top of the 5th. It means it's time for Harry's Trivia, but I do want to make note, this is some Amsterdam Mohawks' second time around. So really good pitching from the Saugerties Stallions, holding the Mohawks. I mean, really good pitching all around. It's the same case for the Saugerties Stallions. They're about to hit their third time around. So, yeah, pretty good pitcher's tool so far, something we haven't seen in quite a bit.
Yeah, and we thought the duel would be between the two starters, but Drillings had to come out after his second inning of work with some injury, it looked like, to his hand area, and Packer's done a really good job in his first appearance as a Stallion, shutting down this electric Mohawks offense.
While we're speaking about the pitching, how about the Harry's trivia question? The Tidgewell trivia.
It is a pitching trivia question today. So tonight's trivia question is the most wins by a pitcher for one team in the past 50 years.
That one's popped up to the right side. Siefkin is there. He gets under it. He makes the catch, one aside.
Cowan just getting a little too far underneath that one. Siefkin's able to get himself underneath it with ease for out number one. But yeah, for those of you that missed it, most wins by a pitcher for one team in the past 50 years.
This is a tough one.
Come on. You got Sandy Koufax yesterday. That was a good one.
I know. That was a really good one.
Although I gave you the hint of that it wasn't Nolan Ryan, which I'm sure was 90% of people's guesses.
That was my guess.
Touchstone trying to spark something in the Mohawks offense.
That one's inside. I got some names.
I'm gonna list bounce
off,
around so much.
I'm gonna list off a bunch of names just to help the viewers at home. You have Nolan Ryan, Greg Maddox, Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, Sandy Koufax. Then you can go to the more recent era. You have Clayton Kershaw. You have Justin Verlander. There's so many. Pedro Martinez. There's so many. Even Felix Hernandez could possibly sneak in here. There's so many options to choose from.
I'll tell you, it's a great pitcher, not that surface.
Not that
surface.
You got to
dig a little deeper.
You got to dig a little deeper. Oh, wasn't none of those?
No.
Wow. Well, there's your hint, guys. It's none of those guys.
It could have been Felix Hernandez if the Mariners weren't terrible while he was there.
That one's ripped to the left side. Z is charging. He makes the throw in time to a side.
Touchstone does a really good job of smacking that one into play. Just right at Jamie Z at shortstop, and it's a quick 2 outs for the Mohawks as they're having a battle behind here tonight once again.
Here is Danny Perez lined out to the second baseman his first time up.
Perez has been swinging it really well and has swung it well against Saugerties. He's currently batting .400 against the Stallions so far this season and lined out in his first at-bat of the game to the second baseman Maroney.
I'm trying to... Oh, I like this answer. Oh, that's my answer.
I didn't see it. We're going to wait.
All right, good.
We're going to wait.
That one misses now 2-0.
I'll give you the hint that this guy technically had 2 stints with the team. Technically.
Uh-oh.
Very technically. I want to say his second stint might have not even been a season.
Well, this might not be the correct answer then. This guy does only pitch with 2 teams. That one's in there now 2-1.
Well, I meant he went back to the team that he did it with for one more season.
Yes. Then I think I have the answer.
Okay.
That's exactly the person that I pulled.
That's your hint for you guys at home.
That's the person that I pulled. I got to use some of my fandom knowledge for this. 2-1 is in there, now 2-2. Harry will take over on play-by-play for the second half of the game. Tomorrow you'll hear both of us. You can pay for one game. We'll stream both of them for the doubleheader. So pay for one game, you get 2.
You get 2. Okay.
Harry will take the first game play-by-play. The 2-2 just missed. Now the count is full. I'll take the second game play-by-play. You'll hear both of us, but you'll hear more of Harry in the first game, more of me in the second game. Reminder, you can pay for that on Team One Sports. You can buy a single game or a season pass.
Do you want to do a player of the doubleheader or 2 players of the game?
We'll do 2 players of the game. Here's the 3-2. That one's belted in the air to deep left field. This one is back at the track, at the wall, but it is caught by Crane, and that retires the side. So Perez gave that one a ride, and that ends the inning. The Mohawks still trail 2-0 on ABM.
MCT Federal Credit Union is a member-owned financial cooperative serving all of Montgomery County, providing financial solutions since 1960. Their member experience is driven by innovation, technology, and reliable personalized service. MCT provides a comprehensive array of financial services, low-rate financing, and convenient e-services. To learn more, visit mct-fcu.org. Again, that's mct-fcu.org.
The Amsterdam Mohawks like to thank our sponsors, Three Rings Protection and Training Services. Owner Dwayne Potter is a licensed private investigator in the state of New York. He also provides armed and unarmed security officers to various businesses in upstate New York. To contact Dwayne for information, call 518-225-3283. That's 518-225-3283.
MCT Federal Credit Union is a member-owned financial cooperative serving all of Montgomery County, providing financial solutions since 1960. Their member experience is driven by innovation, technology, and reliable personalized service. MCT provides a comprehensive array of financial services, low-rate financing, and convenient e-services. To learn more, visit mct-fcu.org. Again, that's MC.
We welcome you back for tonight's rivalry matchup between the Saugerties Stallions and Amsterdam Mohawks. It's going to be Parker Akins onto the mound for the Mohawks. Matt, you want to give us Kirshner's final line of the evening?
Yeah, if I can get the white balance to her.
The sun's starting to set. It's a cloudy evening here in Saugerties. Still a hot one. It's cooled down a little bit.
Want to work. There we go.
Oh, perfect.
Hoping you guys get the view. Yes, here is the final line for Jack Kirshner. 4 innings pitched, 8 hits. I went way too fast. 4 innings pitched, 8 hits, 2 runs, 2 of them earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and 58 total pitches. So not a bad day. He wants to get the hits a little bit down, but aside from that, it's a quality start in my book.
Well, let's look at Parker Akins so far this year. He's made 8 appearances, 15 innings pitched with a 4.8 ERA. He's surrendered 13 hits and 8 earned runs on 8 walks and 19 strikeouts, a 220 batting average against. And he's kind of a left-hander that likes to whip the ball a little bit across his body. It's not exactly sidearm, but it's not over the top. It's a really unique pitching motion.
It really
and he can put so much into it when he gets his body ahead of the baseball. So it's been unhittable as of recent. He's strung together a couple really good outings.
I'll tell you, here's something to look out for as the leadoff hitter comes to the plate.
That one's, oh my God, I forgot I was on play-by-play. We did it again, Matt.
We did it again. Well, that feeds into what I was saying, as opponents were hitting 429 from the leadoff spot, and, well, you can boost that number up because I was about to speak it into existence on the first pitch.
There we go. Well,
you have to give the trivia answer, too. That was Casey Kaminsky, by the way.
Yes, that was Casey Kaminsky. It's every time.
No home run on that
I'm going
to
have to write a note next time that I always forget the first
and that means that I'm on this.
Yes. Yes, we're figuring it out. Casey Kaminsky singles on that fly ball to right field to get things started in the bottom of the 5th. Yes, the trivia question was which pitcher has the most wins for a single team in the past 50 years. Kaminsky takes off, throw down to second by Perez, not in time. And Kaminsky's going to hold on to the bag, but he's down. Holcraft trying to pull off a little hidden ball trick there. Kept the ball in his glove. It seemed like his knee might have went right into Kaminsky's helmet, but both guys are all right. So
he seems okay. I'm going to try and shift the – I don't want to break anything here, but I'm going to try and move everything.
You're going to have to go – oh, it's my stings.
Just going to try and move our setup around. Can you push this under you, Harry? Push that to the left of you. Oh, sorry, guys. Keep going, keep going. Perfect. Thank you, Harry.
That one's in there. Count goes 1-1.
All right, trivia answer.
So, Matt, you have your guess. It's the pitcher with the most wins for a single team in the past 50 years. Who's your guess?
Tom Glavine.
You smart man.
Yes, look at that.
Tom Glavine with 244 wins.
I think I said Glavine by accident because I wrote it weirdly. But
that was a good one.
That was a really good one. That was.
Can you give me the team?
Yeah, Atlanta and the New York Mets, and he went back with Atlanta. So there's your trivia answer
tonight. I believe he had that 1-year stint back with Atlanta in 2008.
Yes, he did.
Not far behind him was Andy Pettit and John Smoles.
Not my favorite.
You're not a big Atlanta fan guy.
No. I like John as a broadcaster. I don't like when he talks about the Braves.
Count goes 2-1. Runner leading off second is Comiskey. Fry tag in the box. And that just misses low, ball 3.
We're a little bit tangled up.
Now we're all
now.
tangled up.
That's my fault.
No, it's fine.
Well, I'm
It's a problem for the later version of us after this game is over.
I might have to undo my headset for a second because it is. Yeah, hold on. you take it away.
Well, Fry tag up in the count 3-1. Aikens trying to work his way back into it here. Comes set, the 3-1 pitch. Grabs the outside part of the plate. Strike 2.
Great pitch right there as I try and make it so I can hear out of both sides of my ear. Oh, wait, that's yours, Harry. Can you hear anything?
Yes.
All right, good.
I
Can you hear out of both sides?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I messed up mine. There we go. We switched ports today. Usually he's mic 1. Usually I'm mic 1, he's mic 2. Today he's mic 1.
Yay. That's how my brother used to be when he got to be Wii Player 1. Ground ball to the right side. John Young diving stop. He's not going to be able to make the play over at first. So it's back-to-back hits to get the bottom of the 5th started for the Stallions. And it's going to be runners on the corners for Griffin Crane.
I'll tell you what, that probably should have been a run, and this play is great from John Young Jr. This saves a run. So this ball is hitting a really tough spot. It was just a little bit too slow to score the run, and John Young Jr. was able to get to this ball. He slides and keeps it in front of him. That's a heads-up play for Mr. John Young.
John Young Jr. saving a run there. But you're still in a jam if you're Parker Eakins with runners on the corners and nobody out.
We'll see if we get a steal here.
That pitch misses low, ball 1. And if you're the Mohawks, you know you've been able to produce the big inning as of recently, find a way to put up a 5 spot here or there, but you don't like to have to play from too far behind. And the Stallions with an opportunity to really break this one open as that one's fouled back left side, 1-1.
You know what this game reminds me of? The one against Utica where they were trailing and they were putting the bats on balls. I mean, you look at the Amsterdam Mohawks, well, I'll tell you this, they have not struck out tonight, but they only have 2 hits and no runs. So they're doing a good job by putting bats on balls, but they're just not hitting it into the right spots and they're getting unlucky.
Pickoff towards first, not in time, and yeah, not a single strikeout for the Mohawks in their 15 recorded outs here tonight, and you're getting out hit 10-2. So there's 2 ways to look at it. You're either got to up your pitch selection and be looking for balls to hit harder in play, or you just hope that these balls start falling all of a sudden. That's kind of what happened against Utica. You were finally able to get balls to find some outfield grass, and it started kind of snowballing in that bottom of the 9th. And
I'll tell you what, every time these 2 teams play, there's a new theme of the game. It's never
Every
the
time.
same. Look at the purple skies, cotton candy. Look at that.
wow.
That's beautiful.
And we talked about earlier, the last time these 2 teams faced off, it was a 3-2 game after the 6th inning in favor of Saugerties. It ended 11-8 in favor of Amsterdam. So these 2 teams love to produce offensively, especially late in ball games.
Let's not go that late in Eastern Standard Time this time, please.
Yes, 4-hour game last time we were here in Saugerties.
Let's not do that again.
Count goes 2-2. Pitch from Aikens is low, ball 3.
Listen, guys, we love baseball as much as you do, but we all have bedtimes, and
It's only a matter of time before we get a PGCBL pitch clock out
oh
there.
my goodness, there needs to be one. For you guys, you get to turn the TV off and go to bed. We have an hour and 20 ride back. Then you got to eat dinner and just
It's a late night.
settle down. It's a late night.
Who doesn't love baseball? The 3-2 pitch from Aikens misses outside, ball 4. So Crane walks to load him. It's going to be Cameron Carroll stepping into the box with an opportunity to really break this one open for the Stallions.
Oh boy, this is getting dangerous if you're the Amsterdam Mohawks. You're playing with fire here because you're in a game where the hits are 10-2, but you look at the score, it's only 2-0, and you're just not putting barrels on balls as Coach Keith Griffin, you are putting barrels on balls. My apologies. Coach Keith Griffin's going to come out. You're making contact, but you're just not hitting the ball into open spots. And, you're lucky to be in this game where the hits are 10-2 and it's only a 2-0 score, but you load the bases with nobody out. You're kind of just asking for a problem.
Yeah, and I think the reason you see Coach Griff come out here is we spoke to Jaden about the difference between when it's Breen or when it's Coach Griff, and he says Breen, he's very focused on the pitcher. He's focused on his mechanics, and that's what he's talking about. When Griff comes out there, it's very overall defensive, situational, what you're going to do when the ball's hit to you, and that's what probably they're going over here. You're down 2, the bases are loaded with nobody out, and you got to try and find a way out with this, hopefully surrendering 1 run or less, best case scenario, and try and keep this a tight ball game as you move into the back half of things. And
yeah, look at that shot, though. All cotton candy.
Beautiful night sky here tonight with the giant American flag out in center field.
Such a nice touch. All teams have it. It's such a nice touch. It's becoming like tradition around all these ballparks. Well, this is going to be a tough out. You have Cameron Carroll coming up. Last time he was the third out of the inning. This is third time up.
Cameron Carroll, let's look at him.
Against the Mohawks, he's batting 308.
So beat me to it. That one catches the bottom of the zone, strike 1.
Your Aikens, just trust your stuff. If you're going to get beat, let it be in the air and let it be a sac fly. Or let it be a ground ball.
It's going to be the lefty right-up matchup for Aikens and Carroll. As the corners are going to play in here. Yep. Touchstone shifted a little bit towards second base. Middle infield playing back, trying to work that double play ball. That one's ripped as Jemison. He catches the line drive. Double play at third. What a play by Peyton Jemison. Catches that one on a line and then beats Casey Kaminsky back to the bag.
Oh, my goodness. You talk about a big-time double play. Well, this one was gift-wrapped for the Amsterdam Mohawks. This ball is on a line. Jemison does everything right, and he just catches it with ease. And instead of diving back at the bag, he steps on it. He knows he has a step forward on the runner at third. That was Casey Kaminsky, and you can see the third base coach's reaction. He puts his hands over his head, saying, oh, no.
There's not even much you can do if you're Kaminsky over at third.
Wow.
He wasn't even that far off the bag, but Jemison just does such a good job of having the instincts to catch the line drive, but then to know right away to get over to the third base bag as Aikens uses the breaking ball to get ahead 0-1.
That is monumental. Are you kidding me?
Plays like that, you don't realize how big they are when you look at the overall recap, but that might have just saved the game for the Mohawks.
No, it absolutely did, because if that ball gets by, it's down the line. It's probably a bases clearing double or triple. On top of that, you didn't just get 1 out, you just got 2.
That one misses low and outside, ball 1.
And now, with 2 outs, the runner's at second, so if you let up a base hit, only 1 run comes home as well, most likely, depending on what happens.
Yeah, you even have a chance at cutting him down at the plate. So
yeah.
Real
wow.
Just game shifter by Peyton Jemison, and hopefully that's a way the Mohawks try and grab some momentum. That caught me so off guard. I saw the ball ripped. I'm getting ready to say who's scoring for the Stallions, and he just grabs that one out of the air. Big swing and a miss on the breaking ball there as Aikens is able to slow everything down. Catch Z out in front.
Well, you got to see how out in front Z is on this. This is a big swing and a miss. He was swinging no matter what, but he was expecting fastball, and he got fooled there, and now it's 1-2.
The 1-2 pitch from Aikens. Trying to finish his work here in the bottom of the 5th. Swung on, strike 3. He goes right back to the breaking ball, and he works out of the jam. No runs surrendered by the Mohawks here in the bottom of the 5th. Saugerties leads 2-0. You're watching on ABN.
MCT Federal Credit Union is a member-owned financial cooperative serving all of Montgomery County, providing financial solutions since 1960. Their member experience is driven by innovation, technology, and reliable personalized service. MCT provides a comprehensive array of financial services, low-rate financing, and convenient e-services. To learn more, visit mct-fcu.org. Again, that's mct-fcu.org.
The Amsterdam Mohawks like to thank our sponsors, 3 Rings Protection and Training Services. Owner Dwayne Potter is a licensed private investigator in the state of New York. He also provides armed and unarmed security officers to various businesses in upstate New York. To contact Dwayne for information, call 518-225-3283. That's
225-3283.
It's going to be Alex Jungins leading things off for the Mohawks here in the top of the sixth as they look to ride that momentum that they built there in the bottom of the fifth with Aikens working out of the bases loaded jam. Big swing and a miss there on the fastball, just a little too far behind it.
I got to say, that was an uncompetitive at-bat from Jamie Z. He was going up swinging no matter what.
Just trying to do a little too much, got a little too big. And Aikens using that breaking ball to his advantage.
Yep.
That one skips low, ball one, so the count goes 1-1.
It's a perfect night for baseball, I'll tell you.
Perfect night for baseball. We've dipped just below 80 degrees, and there's, the sun's set already, but it was a cloudy night, so you didn't have to worry about much sun.
Got
The rain stayed away from us, and yeah, we're covered tonight. So another big swing and a miss from Jungins there as he chases low and away. Frustrated with himself there, and John Packer just doing a really good job so far here in this one. The first time we've seen him at all in the PGCBL, and doing a really good job working into his fourth inning of work out of the bullpen.
Yeah, you got fooled right there.
And that one's ripped into right field. It's down for a base hit. Alex Jungins with the 1-2 hit, and it's a base runner for the Mohawks.
Oh, he was quick to this ball, and he drove it into right field, right into the gap. This was just put on a tee for him. This ball was flat, and he just drove it right into that pocket in right field.
And something underappreciated about that at-bat, Jungins is swinging a new bat.
Oh, yeah,
because he broke his bat in that last at-bat. For those of you that might have missed it, the bat basically broke at his hands.
Yep.
And he stood there for a second, looked at it, and then ran over to first. It wasn't a close play at all, but pickoff towards first, not in time as Passo goes tumbling over.
Boy, I'll tell you, Packer has a really cool pickoff move. That definitely gets people. That is a really nice move.
The lefty, you usually see him go up and then over towards first. Packers just with a step off the back.
David Peterson does that, and he gets a lot of players out like that. I like that from Packer.
It's not something you're usually looking for as a lefty.
Oh!
Harden loses the bat there. Did that one break as well?
Yeah, it broke.
Did it break on the swing?
Oh, my goodness.
Harden's in disbelief. I think it might have broke on the swing.
It did.
Let's look at this.
I don't think he touched it.
I've never.
Goodness.
So did the bat break the plane? Is that what do you say there?
Well, it definitely did. He's holding the knob in his hand.
I don't think he touched that one.
I don't think he touched it either.
At first I thought he just lost the bat. Then I thought, well, did he tip it? And he's just standing there in disbelief. It's a second broken bat here tonight, both in the same exact area. But
let's slow this down.
Right on cue when we were talking about Jungins' broken bat, Harden breaks a bat of his own.
Here it is. We'll slow it down.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Let me go even slower.
That's insane. I forget who it was in the MLB that did that. Someone broke their bat without hitting the ball.
They just checked the runner at first. You're not missing anything. Yeah, he doesn't touch that ball.
That's insane.
Is he
that
just that strong?
You how hard these guys are swinging. That they're literally able to break a bat with their own two hands.
I think he's just that strong. Well, now he's using the torpedo, so.
And all that for it to be a called strike.
Yeah.
Harden shows bunt. Can't get it down. Did he go? No, he didn't. They're going to say he pulled back in time. That's a
Stallions dugout
questionable
didn't
call.
Like it. Yeah, Stallions.
Is it 1-1 or did they miss a pitch?
No, it's 1-1.
No.
They checked over.
Okay.
It is 1-1. Yeah, so Harden swings out of his shoes on the first one, and the bat breaks without touching the ball. And then he gets the bunt sign put on.
Yeah, it looked like he might have kept the bat out there for a little too long, but they're going to say that he pulled back in time. The 1-1 pitch. Harden takes that one outside 2-1.
You think he put on the bunt sign because Griff was afraid that the bat that if he did it again, it would come flying at him?
Yeah.
Griff is using
They're going to run
defense.
out of lumber eventually.
Oh, my goodness. I know Harden's got a couple of more bats. This is the torpedo.
Seen a couple guys like to swing the torpedo so far this season. Another pickoff towards first. Jungens back in there safely.
Last time, well, actually, I don't think it was last time. One of the times we were here, Sebastian Harden had a bases clearing 3-run triple to the right field corner. I think it was the first time we were here in that 15-9 win.
Harden has already collected a hit here tonight. Single to right center field. Swing and a miss there. Makes the count 2-2.
You feel bad because he got that hit with the other bat. And you're obviously not, you don't think about it until you get back in the dugout. After you broke your bat and you got out, you're like, if only I had the other bat.
One of those baseball oddities. You don't get to see that happen every day. But
nope.
Now we can say we've witnessed it. The 2-2 pitch to Harden. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Jungens is going to advance over to second. There's no drop third, obviously, with the runner standing on first when the pitch was delivered. So it'll be one out here in the top of the sixth, and Peyton Jemison stepping into the box for the Mohawks. He had that incredible line drive catch last inning that helped end the bases loaded jam for Parker Akins.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fantastic.
And now he has a chance to help the offense out as well with a runner in scoring position.
I'll tell you, good job by Jungens to recognize right there that that pitch is in the dirt. You can move on it. It doesn't matter that it's strike three, and they can't even check over the first, so you might as well go anyways.
Now you don't have to worry about that dangerous Packer pickoff move towards first. Another one in the dirt, ball one.
I got to see his second base pickoff move. Should I yell at the catcher, hey, put on the plate a second?
Just really quick.
Put,
maybe we're in his ear again.
When you, what is it, you flash your glove to
Yes, the glove flag.
glove
we talked
flag?
about that.
Yeah.
That's how you usually communicate
That's
the
how you
pickoff
do
towards
it.
second.
Yep. It's just ready, 3, 2, down.
That one misses outside, ball two.
That's a prime example of what happens. So, you give the sign, and it looks like you're about to regularly pitch, and as you're ready to go, the catcher out of nowhere is just going to flick his glove up or down, depending on whatever you and the catcher decide. Usually it's down. It's a little less
because then
subtle.
you can see the leather.
Yeah, you can see the leather, and you just immediately turn around and throw a strike to second, and everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, it just shows such good communication as that one's up and in ball three because you got to be the pitcher and catcher have to be communicating, but so does the middle infield because you have to break at the perfect time so the runner doesn't know.
Center fielder as well. The center fielder
the center
needs
fielder
to know
has to be ready
that
to back up.
if this ball gets launched into Jupiter, you got to be there to cover.
Well, Jemison up 3-0. We'll see if he has the take sign here and tries to work on via the walk. That one gets away towards the backstop. Jungens is going to advance over to third. Jemison walks, so it's the runners on the corners with one out for Brad Curtis.
Yeah, that was an uncompetitive at-bat right there. Just 4 straight balls, and the last one got away. And now Brad Curtis is going to get a talking to from Keith Griffin. Actually, pardon me, it's the reason Curtis is even going over to Keith Griffin is because the head coach of the Saugerties Stallions wants to make a pitching change.
Is it going to be a pitching change?
Yes, it is.
It is going to be a pitching change. He's pointed over to the bullpen. We'll get that for you. So we're going to take a quick break. It's runners on the corners for the Mohawks, and it's a 2-0 lead for Saugerties. You're watching on ABN.
Don't get caught in a pickle when a storm blows in from left field. An automatic standby generator from Adirondack Generators will keep the lights on, drinks cold, and the Mohawks game playing loud and clear. Adirondack Generators, where your service is our priority. Visit us at www.adirondackgenerators.com or call 518-224-1492. Altieri's Landscaping and Snow Plowing, LLC, is a full landscaping company providing full property maintenance services, lawn mowing, shrub removal, spring and fall cleanup, excavation, gravel driveway rehabs, and upgrades, along with design work. Altieri's also provides full snow plowing services come wintertime. Tim Altieri is a veteran of the Navy who started this business 1 year of being out of the service in 1994. Tim is passionate about the work he and his team do at Altieri's Landscaping. A family-owned small engine repair shop in the town of Amsterdam, Dot Skills Equipment and Repair works on any makes and models of lawn and garden equipment, plus snowblowers, generators, and chainsaws. They offer pickup and delivery. Call Got Skills at 518-848-2580. That's 518-848-2580. The Montgomery County Office for Aging is committed to serving the older citizens of Montgomery County. Check out officeforaging.com to learn more. Your local Amsterdam Taco Bell is proud to support the Mohawks. Be sure to stop by after the game to satisfy all your cheesy, crunchy, melty cravings. Open.
Well, it's going to be Gregory Bruno onto the bump to try and work out of this jam for Saugerties. It's runners on the corners, and Brad Curtis digging into the right-handed batter's box.
That might have been
So
a little too bright.
you want to give us a little insight on Gregory Bruno so far this season?
Absolutely. His ERA, 8.18. He's pitched 11 innings so far. Opponents are hitting .364 against him, so numbers not too great. And we've seen him before, and, well, he's had 6 appearances, so it's not a crazy amount, but for the PGCBL, it's a pretty good amount. And I'm not quite sure game by game how it's been for him, but we'll see what he can work up here. He's going to be fired up. You got runners at the corners with 1 out.
Curtis fouls that one back 1-1. Just looking at the ball out of his hand, you don't have a radar gun up, but seems like he's throwing some good gas in there. And
Yeah, he's
Curtis
fired up.
just behind that one as he fouls it back. A real opportunity for the Mohawks to work their way back into this one, even if you're able to get 1 run across.
Yeah,
cuts the deficit in half. So
You're being called on to save the day right here. You know that's gonna get you really
Jamison
hyped up.
with a big lead off first. Pickoff move, not in time.
I think they're gonna send Jemison, and they're gonna see if Jungins with his speed possibly might just go home and steal a run. I think that's something they might be at least crossing the minds
Well, let's
of
see.
Keith Griffin.
Here,
the
another
dugout.
big lead for Jemison. He takes off. Pitch outside ball. Jungins is going to be the double steal. Did they get him at second? They did, but Jungins will score. So it's the first run of the game for the Mohawks, and they're going to call Jemison out for out number 2 at second base, and the umpires are going to meet on this one with Coach Keith Griffin. He thought for sure that he was in there. The field dump saying that Maroney got the tag down in time.
Yeah, Keith Griffin doesn't agree, but how about that? I called it perfectly.
There you go, spoken into existence.
I mean, you knew the play was coming. It was pretty obvious what they were going to do. And Keith Griffin obviously disagrees with the call, but nonetheless, there you go. You stole a run right there. And, you know, you have a hitter with Curtis that you
I
may
believe
or may
that pitch
not.
was a ball, so
Yeah.
it's going to be 2-1.
So you have a hitter with Curtis who you may not trust all too well because he gets limited plate appearances and limited at-bats. So that was the right decision right there. And, yeah, you just knew it was going to happen. You knew if Jemison was stealing,
Especially
gonna
with
make the throw to
a
second,
new
he was
arm
gonna
out of the
go.
bullpen, you know, you have an opportunity to steal a run there, and that's exactly what the Mohawks do as Curtis fouls another one back 2-2.
yeah, it should be 2-2. I'm not sure if it's 1-2 or 2-2.
I think it's 2. The one.
Do we
The
have 1-2? Okay.
pitch out, or maybe it's 1-2. See here. 2-2. 2-2. Yeah, the double steal was a ball. I
Yep,
thought.
double steal was a ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch to Curtis is roped into center field. Is it going to get down? It will not. A great catch out in center field by Griffin Crane. That one was belted by Curtis deep into that left center field gap. But Crane just does this great job of tracking that one down.
Yeah, this ball was absolutely smoked, but this park is big in center field, just like Shuttleworth, and it was a really good job by Crane to even cover that much ground. I'll tell you, that is not an easy play. I know he didn't make it look too hard, but that was a really, really tough play. Credit to Crane to even get a hand on it, nonetheless make the catch.
Well, I'll tell you, Curtis is really finding his swing, but it's 3 outs for the Mohawks. In the bottom of the 6th, they're able to scratch one more back on the double steal from Jemison and Jungins. They trail 1-2. You're watching on ABN.
Farmers Insurance has spent 90 years putting customers first. Visit farmers.com to learn more. Come to Recovery Sports Grill, where Mohawks fans feel at home even when they're not in the ballpark, offering delicious food and drinks from burgers and beer to mocktails and desserts, and exclusive promotions and offers through our Hall of Fame Rewards program. Enjoy the fan and family environment where Recovery Sports Grill is proud to support local sports and always happy to host your family or team.
While the Mohawks shine on the diamonds shine bright at Northeastern Fine Jewelers. Come choose from a vast collection of products from all of your favorite brands, such as Omega, Cartier, Breitling, and more. Whether it's everyday jewelry or if you need something for that special day, we have you covered with our fashion and bridal assortments. Visit us in Albany, Schenectady, or Glens Falls to see what Northeastern can do for you.
When the Mohawks win, you also win at McDonald's. Whenever the Mohawks claim victory, take your game ticket to the McDonald's on Market Street in Amsterdam and receive a free small fry. You must have.
We welcome you back for the bottom of the 6th. That's going to be Justin Ford leading things off.
I'll tell you, Cameron Carroll, he has 3 caught stealings tonight, and you can beg to differ on 2 out of the 3 calls, but nonetheless, he's putting the ball in a spot for the umpires to make a really tough call. And yeah, maybe he's getting the benefit of the doubt, but it doesn't matter. He's still making phenomenal throws to even force the umpires into that situation.
Yeah, and just making it a bang-bang play, you know, with the umps, they're limited in terms of their point of view, so they're, in both cases, they said Maroney got the tag down, and just making it so the play's so close is huge if you're Cameron Carroll behind the dish, and that one is low, ball 2, so it's 2-0 to Justin Ford. Akins had the bases loaded James last inning before Jemison had the line drive double play, and then he struck out Jamie Z with the breaking ball outside 3-0.
Yeah, Justin Ford is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single. He came around to score on the RBI double from Reese Maroney. That was a hit and run back in the 4th inning.
So the Mohawks get 1 run closer as that's ball 4 to Justin Ford, and he'll get aboard to start the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, and that pitch may have been able to be called a strike, but it looked like Parker Akins missed his spot, and that meant Danny Perez had to, he was set up on the right side of the plate, our right side, so the outside corner, and that pitch was in, so he wasn't able to frame it.
Now it's going to be Reese Maroney, who we talked about was the second baseman involved in that tag to end last inning, and this middle of the order has done a lot of the damage for the Stallions here tonight.
It'll be interesting to see here. Amsterdam just got a run.
They're going to give Akins the strike call there on the inside corner.
Yeah, I think he got it. I think Reese was trying to sell it right there, trying to back off a little bit.
So the count goes 0-1.
You got to put on an act every once in a while, though.
Saugerties with 10 hits, only 2 runs to show for it.
And that was really why the double play was so big, because this game could be a lot different. You look at the scoreboard, and you know, let's take away the runs, and it's like, well, there's no errors on either side. The hits are 10-3. If I had to guess, the score would be 6-0 Stallions. And yeah, that's just credit to the double play right there.
2 double plays for the Mohawks here tonight.
Well, three.
Yes.
2 double plays
on the ground. The typical double play, and then the line drive.
And
yeah.
that.
Breaking ball misses low, ball 1. But
I mean, you got to give credit to the pitching. They're not letting up the big hit. They're just letting up base knocks, and then they're getting out of stuff and the double plays.
When you
whatever.
produce 6 outs off the double play, that's basically that's 2 innings of work. So
yeah,
it can really help these pitchers out, especially when base runners get aboard, pick off towards first. Really good pickoff by Akins there, but not in time.
Well, we have the final line on John Packer since Bruno came in. Packer went 3 1/3. He allowed 2 hits, 1 run, and 1 of them earned, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. So a very successful 3 1/3 for him, I'd say. So he did his job pretty well.
Akins misses low, 2-1.
That was a close pitch right there.
And yeah, the Stallions haven't been really reliant on the strikeout. It's just
both teams as well.
Both teams, yeah. It's just been a really good clean fielding showcase tonight. Not a single error on the board as of yet.
Yeah, and they're not calling the low pitch.
Runner takes off, swing and a miss, strike two, throw down to second. Not in time, and John Young Jr.'s down. Hill's going to try and walk it off.
Yeah, I think he got popped in the face just a little bit. We'll take a look right here. It's a really nice jump from Justin Ford. He got out in front there, and it was a called strike, so it's 2-2. And, yeah, here's a throw from Perez. It's a bit high, and, yeah, it looks like Young kind of just got clipped by Justin Ford in some matter.
Yeah, and he went down for a second, but then hopped right back up, and he's just trying to walk this one off as the trainer and Coach Griffin come out.
Yep, Carla and Keith Griffin are out right now, just probably checking. It looked like he got hit up on the nose of the eye area, so they're just going to take a look at him, and looks like he's okay. Just got to check on him, obviously, run through possible concussion tests and all that stuff if needed.
A really good jump by Ford there. It was a great throw from Perez. And
it really was.
It was a bang play. This one, once again, going against the Mohawks, as they say. Ford was in there safely, and I believe he was from up here in the booth. So it'll be a runner in scoring position with no outs and a 2-2 count to Reese Maroney, as Young's going to stay out there. So the Stallions trying to add that run they gave up in the top of the sixth right back and make this a 2-run game once again. Aikens trying to grab his first out of the inning. The 2-2 pitch. Low ball 3, count runs full.
Well, this is getting dangerous because it's a 3-2 count right now. You're in a pitch away from putting a runner at first, but also there's a runner in scoring position, and you have Maroney up at the plate, coming in batting .327. He's going to get a pitch hit here most likely.
You got more action in the bullpen now for the Mohawks. 31, 13, 13. I read that wrong, as we're being told. Thank you. That one's fouled away right side. We'll do the 3-2 pitch again. No, that's Kuzmic. Excuse me. So he's getting loose in the bullpen, and we'll see how tight the leash is with Aikens here. The 3-2 pitch to Maroney. Swung on, strike 3. Foul tipped into the glove of Perez, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the sixth.
That is a huge strikeout right there, and that will just bring up Dylan Passo. It gets dangerous because he's 2 for 2, and you really didn't want to put the runner on right there and Justin Ford and give him a free pass. But now you have one out, and I'm not saying to intentionally walk Dylan Passo. He's 2 for 2, and that'll bring up Hobbin-Siefken, but you can kind of pitch around him with the base open, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you don't got to put something in his wheelhouse. That's for sure. And with a one runner in scoring position, you have Hobbin-Siefken on deck, so not exactly a point where you would intentionally walk someone, but that one works inside. So I'm just stumbling. I was thinking of what I wanted to say. But yeah, you definitely don't have to give Passo something too good to hit. If you're Aikens, you can definitely work him outer half with that movement that he's going to get working from the left side.
Yep.
Trying to create weak contact. Breaking ball, clips the top of the zone, strike 1 count.
Yeah, it looks
and Perez
like,
is going to go out there. He might have got crossed up.
Yeah, I was about to say, he got crossed up completely on that. He was down low, and that pitch kind of came up high, so I think possible wrong signals there. I think he might have been expecting something down and low, maybe more of a changeup, and then the slider or curveball just popped up high, and yeah, he got crossed up on that.
And Perez is really good at maintaining control back there. You saw right away.
He's such a calm guy. He's such a calming sense.
Yes, he is. Like his walk-up song.
Yeah, no, he really and
so calm.
He's very energetic in the dugout and like on the field, for a big play. But when stuff's going wrong, you never see him really get hot. He's very calm. He's very poised. He's good at communicating, and everyone always says he's just a really down to earth guy.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what you look for at the catcher position. Not someone that's too big, and
yeah, you don't want someone
that can calm everybody down, especially the guys on the mound, and keep them in check.
You want somebody fired up, but you don't want them blowing their head off with steam at every pitch.
Big swing and a miss on the breaking ball there. Akins is loving that pitch here tonight out of the bullpen.
Oh, my goodness. Well, he took something off that, and it kind of just sat on the outside corner right there. He tried to backdoor it looked like.
It has so much
beautiful.
vertical drop to it that Prez is practically picking it out of the dirt.
Looked like he threw a Frisbee on that pitch.
So the count goes 1-2. The pitch from Akins swung on, strike 3, back to the breaking ball again as Akins picks up his second strikeout here in the bottom of the 6th.
Oh, my goodness. He threw it back to back. That is a disgusting pitch from Parker Akins. I mean, it really does look like he's throwing a Frisbee because he kind of has that sidearmish motion, and it just pops out of his hand, and the spin is so weird. It's really hard to pick up as well, especially if you're sitting on something a little bit faster. So now it's going to be Hobbensiefken. You don't want to throw that pitch inside at the righty, but when you got a lefty matchup there, that is the perfect time to pop that pitch. He doubled up on it, too.
As the MLB The Show line goes, couldn't have got that with an oar.
Nope, absolutely not. And see, right there, he goes with the fastball because, well, you don't want to throw that 3 times in a row, but since that pitch kind of breaks to the left side or the righty batter's box, you don't want to pitch Hobbensiefken in. He can really turn on it. This is not the guy you want to start throwing off speed and leaving it up on a T-bell tie for.
Yeah, and this is a great order to get the pitch to if you're Akins. It has so many lefties here for Saugerties. And with that breaking ball uses. That one's popped up right side. John Young Jr. underneath it, calls everybody off, and makes the catch for out number 3. So 1 runner's left on for the Stallions. They lead this one 2-1 as we head to the 7th. You're watching on ABN.
Don't get caught in a pickle when a storm blows in from left field. An automatic standby generator from Adirondack Generators will keep the lights on, drinks cold, and the Mohawks game playing loud and clear. Adirondack Generators, where your service is our priority. Visit us at www.adirondackgenerators.com or call 518-224-1492. Altieri's Landscaping and Snow Plowing, LLC, is a full landscaping company providing full property maintenance services, lawn mowing, shrub removal, spring and fall cleanup, excavation, gravel driveway rehabs, and upgrades, along with design work. Altieri's also provides full snow plowing services come wintertime. Tim Altieri is a veteran of the Navy who started this business 1 year of being out of the service in 1994. Tim is passionate about the work he and his team do at Altieri's Landscaping. A family-owned small engine repair shop in the town of Amsterdam, Dot Skills Equipment and Repair works on any makes and models of lawn and garden equipment, plus snow blowers, generators, and chainsaws. They offer pickup and delivery. Call Got Skills at 518-848-2580. That's 518-848-2580. The Montgomery County Office for Aging is committed to serving the older citizens of Montgomery County. Check out officeforaging.com to learn more. Your local Amsterdam Taco Bell is...
It's going to be Luke Filippi leading things off in the top of the 7th as the Mohawks wrap back around to the top of the order. 3 innings to get through the first time, 3 innings to get through the second time. And now the start of the back 3 as that one misses away ball 1.
This is the third time of the game if you count the first inning, obviously. But, yeah, this is the third time of the game that Luke Filippi is leading off an inning. 1 for 2 so far, so he's 500 tonight from the leadoff spot. Still hasn't had that walk.
We still need the walk.
Get ready, guys.
He's ahead 2-0. So.
Well, we're stopping the game to do a whole ceremony, if you're wondering.
He's getting was joking around with him. He said, are you going to let him lift off first base or something?
He's going to get the Ovechkin treatment.
Well, he's ahead 2-0 here.
Well, he has to break the record for the treatment. So when he ties the record, he gets a standing ovation and he gets to, salute the fans. But when he breaks it, that's when we give him the mic and he gets to make the speech.
That one clips the inside corner, strike 1.
2 away.
2-1 pitch from Bruno. Low ball 3.
Oh, we're 1 away.
1 away. We're right there.
We're right there for Luke Filippi.
This is what you live for as a
I didn't have a graphic planned for this, guys. I apologize. We'll have it for when he breaks it. Hopefully it's not tonight.
Can
Hopefully it's
Filippi
at
tie
home.
the record? The 3-1 pitch. Swung on, fly ball, center field. Crane going back at the track at the wall, makes the catch. That one just kept carrying from Filippi.
He didn't want the walk. He wanted to put that ball into. He wanted to walk around the bases. He gave that one a ride.
Crane's
I'll tell
made
ya.
a couple really good catches out there. You had Curtis last inning at Filippi leading things off here, and Crane just playing a steady center field, not letting anything get over his head. That's going to bring up John Young Jr. for his third at-bat of the game. He homered
Jr.,
a few weeks ago in his Mohawks debut, and you could
First
really use
pitch,
a
turned
home
on
run
it.
right now if you're Amsterdam to tie things up.
Really could.
That one catches the outside half, strike one.
Good pitch right there. I'd want to pitch John Young outside. You know he can turn on it. You have a base to give. I'd give him a lot of outside stuff and then pop him in with 2 strikes to fool him.
We'll see what Bruno does here. The 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss at the high heat. 0-2.
I respect that. He's coming after him. He's saying, come and get me. I'm going to pitch you in. I know you like the ball in. I'm not going to make a mistake and leave it belt high for you. So if you want to hit this ball, you're going to have to go up. And we're going to elevate it.
He went fastball. Will he try and catch him off balance with something
I think
else here?
so.
The 0-2 pitch.
I think this is in the dirt.
Fastball fouled left side. Just misses the booth.
Oh, by just, I mean, that ball came sizzling off the end of the bat.
Whew. And that one was hit with some velocity as we have a long press box here in Saugerties.
He went back with the fastball. He's challenging him. I respect this from Mr. Bruno. You don't really see many pitchers in the PGCBL just attack hitters with fastball after fastball,
Well,
but he's
see.
doing it to John Young.
Now that Young fouled one off, we'll try and switch things off. The 0-2 pitch from Bruno. Breaking ball fouled down, and we'll do the 0-2 again.
Good way for John Young to get a piece of that. He was expecting fastball again and a bit too early and tap that one back foul.
So is that a continuation of the fence?
No. So it's separated, and
Okay.
because we're at a really weird level, it looks like it's together. So you fans at home, you can see there's a fence, and then there's more ads above it. Those ads are pushed back. You can dunk the ball right over that wall. And it's the same thing with Ralph Family Stadium with the box in right field. Except the umpires missed that one.
Yes, we've had some confusion with that. It's easier when it's
that was against
such
the
a big sign.
Stallions,
Yes,
too.
it was. That game ended in a Stallions win as that one runs inside and clipped Young on the foot. So he works his way on with 2 strikes and brings up what would be the game-leading run in Chris Holcraft.
Well, that's not good if you're Bruno, and I'll tell you why. He was having a really good at-bat ahead, 0-2, and credit to John Young, he was working there, but he had him behind on 2 fastballs, and this was a really competitive at-bat. He had him, he had a chokehold on him, and he just let it get away right there.
He was challenging with the fastball there and then decides to switch with the breaking ball. Runs a little too far inside and catches Young on the cleat. So Chris Holcraft now into the box. He'll try and tie it up for the Mohawks. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Young try and work his way into scoring position.
I agree. I think Griff is going to put something on very quickly here.
That one catches the top of the zone. Holcraft doesn't love it. Strike one. As a hitter, when those borderline 0-0 strikes get called, it can be a little frustrating, and you're like, oh, now I got to work from behind. As that one skips up into the air, John Young Jr. will advance to second with ease. There's an interesting block right there. Cameron Carroll kicked straight up about 15 feet into the air, and
I love how Carroll knew once that ball was up in the air. He's like, "Well,
yep,
there's no need
you could do."
He acted like it was a fly ball. He just laid under it, casually grabbed it. He's like, "Well, what do you want me to do now?
Yep.
I can't really throw the ball to second here."
So the game-tying run moves into scoring position. A 1-1 count to Chris Holcraft with 1 out and 1 runner on. That one misses outside. Ball 2. You have the dangerous Will Cowan in the on-deck circle and Bray Touchstone standing in the hole.
Both of them 0 for 2 tonight. So You can either say that they're due or they're struggling. I'd say that they're due.
Touchstone's hit a couple hard balls in play, and
yep.
Cowan's put the ball in play as well. So
I'd say they're due.
Fouls that one out of play right side, 2-2.
This is a really big at-bat because Holdcraft here, he really needs to move John Young over without getting it out. So either he can come around to score or you can get runners at the corners here. You really want to get – I mean, it's been so hard for the Mohawks to score tonight with runners in scoring position. So you really want to get Young over an extra 90 feet.
The 2-2 pitch from Bruno. Fouled right side again. So we'll stay right where we are. And I think I noticed another – you know how they all have the ads on the back? He has – is it St. Mary's? For St. Bonaventure.
No.
There you go.
You're right. You're right.
Cowan still wears Schwartz Law.
Well, Schwartz is gone.
Yeah, Schwartz is gone. But
wishing you the best, Mr. Schwartz, if you're listening.
That one popped up. Will it get down? It won't. Z underneath it makes the catch. Off the bat, I thought that one was getting a little bit deeper into the outfield, but just way too far off the hands.
Yeah, that one just stayed up for the shortstop right there, Jamie Z. And it's going to be up to Cowan. And, well, he hits pretty well with runners on. We said it earlier. With runners on, he's batting .273. But with 2 outs, if I can find.
We got all the situational stats today, and Matt's in love with that stuff.
I love them. I've been looking for these.
Cowan.
I don't have his 2 out stats.
Now with 2 outs trying to tie it up for the Mohawks. That one's in there for strike 1.
I do have with runners in scoring position for Mr. Will Cowan, and it's not pretty. It's 125.
Well, a chance to change that here.
With 2 outs, it's 222, so not horrible.
You have some speed with Young at second. A ball that would gets through would score him. And a swing and a miss on the 3/4 swing right there from Cowan.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to swing at it, and then he realized that he had to swing at it anyways when it hit the back of the mitt, so he kind of just continued his motion.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. That's John Young Jr. Will Cowan trying to stay alive here.
Staying alive. Sorry, Harry, you did it. That was your fault.
Bruno trying to work his way out of the inning. Young takes off. Outside ball 1, and Young's into third safely, no throw.
That is a gutsy steal from Mr. Keith Griffin and John Young Jr., but I love it. You never want to make the last out at third, but it's an 0-2 pitch right there, and you know what?
If Cowan were to put a ball in play, something...
Well, I don't think they wanted to throw to third bearing an error.
Yeah.
So I think they were going to eat it. There's no need.
1-2 pitch misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The tying run standing 90 feet away from home plate at third.
That's just smart baseball because there's 2 strikes. They know they're 1 pitch away from getting out of this, and they're not going to throw it to third because what if that ball goes to the backstop? A base hit most likely scores him anyways. The only thing you can't have happen here is an error or a wild pitch or an infield single.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Bruno almost sails into the backstop, ball 3.
And that is what you cannot have happen.
Almost spoke that one into existence, Matt.
I'll tell you, Carroll
does a great job of just jumping up to stop that one. And you have touched on it on deck circle, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe you see another first and third play from Griff as the bats haven't been fully there today. But first, Cowan's got to work his way on. The 3-2 pitch is grounded right back up the middle. A great stop by Bruno. Flipped the first in plenty of time for out number 3. So the pitcher does it himself with a defensive stop to keep the lead at 2-1 in favor of the Stallions. That'll do it for the top of the 7th. It's stretch time as you're watching on ABN.
MCT Federal Credit Union is a member-owned financial cooperative serving all of Montgomery County, providing financial solutions since 1960. Their member experience is driven by innovation, technology, and reliable personalized service. MCT provides a comprehensive array of financial services, low-rate financing, and convenient e-services. To learn more, visit mct-fcu.org. Again, that's mct-fcu.org. fcu.org.
The Amsterdam Mohawks like to thank our sponsors, Three Rings Protection and Training Services. Owner Dwayne Potter is a licensed private investigator in the state of New York. He also provides armed and unarmed security officers to various businesses in upstate New York. To contact Dwayne for information, call 518-225-3283. That's 518-225-3283.
Well, we welcome you back for the bottom of the 7th. Parker Aikens heading back out there for the Mohawks. This will be his 3rd inning of work.
Well, let's take a look at some scores around the league. Obviously 2-1 here, but the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs they already won 14-7 on Glens Falls. They're up 2-0 in the top of the 4th. That is a 7-inning game. Boonville jumps out on front of Utica. Last time we checked, that was a close game. It's 9-5 now in the bottom of the 8th. Oneonta Outlaws are playing the Auburn Double Days. Look at that. They're up 12-7. Oneonta, who struggles in East play, is kind of beating up on Auburn right now, up 12-7.
Yeah, and it's baseball, so anybody can beat anybody any day. But we never get to see the West team, so you never know how
so badly
strong they are compared to the East Division.
We should take a team trip to Niagara. All right, the New York Yankees are on top 9-6. Your scores around the MLB. That's in the bottom of the 7th. Let's get something close. Pirates and Royals tied 3-3, top 6. Twins and Cubs. Twins are up 4-2, top 6. Nationals, Cardinals, Nats up 7-1, mid-6. Let's see, anything else relevant?
Mets are suspended.
Yeah, their game's postponed. Braves and A's play tonight. A's destroyed them yesterday, so good news for you Mets fans. The Blue Jays lost to the White Sox 2-1, so there goes that 10-game win streak. And the Dodgers, they lost today 3-2. They're on a 6-game losing streak. The Phillies, well, you saw what happened last night, right? With the walk-off 3-run homer inside the park from the catcher. Is it Patrick Bailey, I think?
I did not see that.
I'll show you.
I'm surprised I didn't see that.
But the Phillies got their get back today. They won 13-0.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll show you that.
Is that at Oracle? Was it hit to like Triple Alley?
No. This was in San Fran, and this ball was a home run out of 29 out of 30 parts, except for San Fran, and it hit off the right field wall.
Yeah.
And it took the weirdest carom of all time.
Wow. So Aikens gets ahead 0-2 on George Baker. Breaking ball finishes away. Ball one.
Derek Duval is getting warm. Yeah, here it is. I'll show you it just so you can see it. So this ball is out of 29 out of 30.
He thought it was gone.
Yeah,
It wasn't even running
it's out of 29 out of 30 bucks. Look at that ricochet.
That one's fouled right side. Touchstone over towards the fence. Makes the catch route number 1.
Nice play right there. I'll continue the clip for you. But, really nice play from Bray Touchstone. Look at the celebration, too. I mean, it's going to be crazy. They had no chance. I mean, the throw came into the plate, and he was already on home. That
he
just
wasn't
tells
even
you
running from the get-go.
That just tells you how crazy the carom was. I mean, you don't get that every day.
Who was that giant that hit the walk-off inside the Parker years ago?
Oh, I don't remember.
Or he then jumped up and put his fist
yes,
in the air.
Yes.
I feel like I see
my
that
God.
on every highlight tape.
Yeah, but this was crazy because it was a catcher.
Yeah. This one misses ball 1. I thought that would have caught the outside corner of the zone, but
I'll search it up for you. The only problem is I'm going to search up inside the park home run, Giants, walk off, and this is going to come up.
Breaking ball misses up 2-0. So my guess would be that you probably have Parker Aikens try and work through the 7th and then put Duval in for the 8th if you're unable to get a run back and keep this a 1-run game. That one's line into right field. Cowan comes in and makes the catch for out number 2.
That ball just stayed up for him. He was in good position as well. They can't find it. I'm gonna just put like 2014.
It's important to try and keep this a one-run game if you're Aikens.
They're calling it a one-in-a-century walk-off. It's never been done before, an inside-the-park home run walk-off by a catcher. Never been done.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
In the all-black uniforms.
Yeah, they're nice. I like them. City Connects. We should do City Connects here.
Do you have a favorite City Connects? I guess I consider our military ones sort of like, because they connect to Amsterdam with
do connect to
large
Amsterdam.
military background.
They do. I always liked the Astrospace ones. Not their new ones. The originals. I really liked the San Francisco one with the fog. What else have I liked? There are some nice ones and there are some horrible ones. The Yankees one's terrible. Oh, wait. They don't have one.
I was going to say, you caught me off guard for a second. It's like, do I not know that the Yankees have a City Connects uniform? Breaking ball finishes low and away. So
I
the
think
count
they
goes
should
2-1.
make one just for sales. You don't got to wear them, but they should. I feel like it'd be cool if they made a jersey that said
Where do you
Mohawks.
stand on the Red Sox ones? Those are always
I don't like.
controversial.
Listen, I like the thought. The colors have nothing to do with. They have everything to do with Boston, but it just like when I see that, I don't think Red Sox.
The yellow ones grew on me, but I'm not.
The yellow
as
ones
big a
grew.
fan
No,
of
the
green.
yellow ones grew on me, but the green, I don't like it at all. I like the purpose behind the yellow ones with the Boston Marathon and everything, but not my favorite. And then the Blue Jays ones looks like they're going bowling, so whatever there.
Breaking ball finishes outside, so that'll be a walk, 2-out walk
Never like 2-out walks.
to John Freitag. So to bring it back to the top of the order with Griffin Crane.
Let me look at all the City Connects right now. I know they have like a document.
The Nationals have a decent one.
Oh, I like theirs. White Sox I always loved with the South Side written on the front. Never liked San Diego's. That's one I like. I don't think it's amazing, but I like them. I think they're pretty nice. I like the Rays because they went back to the Devil Rays look.
So Crane shows bunt, takes that pitch for strike 1.
What's your favorite?
I don't know.
Is it the Yankees?
I don't know. The Twins ones are interesting.
They are.
With the blue and the yellow. My brother got a hat when we went to Minnesota. Pickoff towards first out in time, and I thought, it's not as bad as I thought it was. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the whole City Connects thing.
Really? I love it. I think it's a cool idea.
I like how teams implement black jerseys. And those are sick. I love black jerseys.
I agree.
But I think that should just be a
getting
thing on
motion.
its own.
Might get some motion here. They already checked once. Oh, there you go again. Nice
Trying to
sound
move
effect.
Freitag into scoring position with 2 outs.
Will Parker Akins with 2 outs. Opponents are hitting 150 against him. How about that?
Just so much movement.
With runners on, it's 229, so the numbers are in his favor here. And they were with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Yeah, what a turnaround performance it's been.
Let's see how he was with the bases
I'm going
loaded.
through. Oh, the Diamondbacks first City Connects ones I kind of liked. With the snake.
Yeah.
Now I'm scrolling through to figure out which one is my favorite. I like Minnesota.
They are nice. Oh, you check again. Oh, they almost got him there. He didn't slide.
Yeah, Freitag stayed up going into the bag there, and Touchstone was almost able to get the tag on him in time. And
No, you said it wrong. It's supposed to be they almost got the tag on Freitag. So
yes,
yeah, you were supposed to say that.
Freitag takes off, swing and a miss, foul. It's going to be fouled. Excuse me. I'm jumping to conclusions.
Yeah, you got to put the tag on Mr. Freitag. That's what you're supposed to say.
So Crane falls behind 1-2. as Freitag heads back towards first.
Wish Brandon McCrane was here. Crane could have grounded out to McCrane. Or flew out to him.
That pitch is foul, left side, out of play.
So Cameron Carroll's on deck, and he's the one that came up with the bases loaded and nobody out. Crane walked in that 5th inning. And the line out from Cameron Carroll, he's on deck.
Yeah, and it's just been a game where, while Saugerties has out-hit the Mohawks 10-3, they found ways to stay in it with their defense. It feels like they're kind of inching back slowly but surely. Breaking ball. Where did that miss? Inside?
Must have been inside.
Aikens must have thought so too. He didn't really
I thought so.
complain on that one. I thought that one caught the zone. But 2-2. Aikens comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Freitag takes off. Ball is down. Throw down to second. Skips into center field. So Freitag's in there safely as the count runs full.
I'll tell you, if Holdcraft was able to catch that ball, they would have had him. That was a great throw from Danny Perez behind the plate. That was perfectly placed as well. And if Holdcraft was able to catch that, he had the tag on Freitag ready to go before he hit the base. That one wasn't me trying to be punny. That one actually was just me describing the play.
Well, the count is full for Griffin Crane. Freitag stands at second. Aikens comes set. The payoff pitch. Breaking ball. Lined into left field. It's down. Freitag's going to put the brakes on at third. It's a 2-out single for Griffin Crane, and it's runners on the corners for the Saugerties Stallions.
I'll tell you, that's a great cutoff by Sebastian Harden, and we'll take a look here. Harden's able to swoop in, cut this ball off, and if they did send him, Harden was ready to throw an absolute strike to the plate. So, yeah, really good job right there. Griffin's coming out right now, and he might be making a pitching change right here.
I think he might have been checking if he had a visit where he doesn't have to make a pitching change. So I think, or maybe he was giving him the change. He might have been as he heads to his notepad.
We'll see. Yeah, he's heading to his notepad, and this looks like it'll be it for Parker Aikens. And Derek Duval will come in.
I think it's going to be Kuzmic.
Well, maybe it is Kuzmic.
It's not.
You know what?
I
don't know if
Duval.
he's taking him out. Maybe he was just maybe the umpire's just writing down that there's another mound visit. Not quite sure what's going on here. Usually when you see the umpire go to his notepad, there's usually a change involved, but
maybe
the ball
just
has not been
marking down.
taken.
Yeah,
the ball has not been taken out of Aikens' hand, so maybe he's just marking down how many mound visits they have remaining.
Looks like they're going to leave Aikens out there.
I think Griff is just going over fundamental stuff, and this is a pretty long meet and greet. I'm actually kind of shocked that the umpire let it go this long. What's going on now? He's talking to the umpire? I guess maybe the umpire wanted to know if he was staying in the game.
So it's runners on the corners with 2 outs to Cameron Carroll.
This is a very
11 hits
mound
for the Stallions.
Yep. So Duval's ready. He's standing over the railing in the bullpen.
I don't know
but
what
Kuzmic is also there. He's ready to throw. Maybe they were going to try and do Kuzmic for 1 out, then switch to Duval.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the game plan is.
Well, Aikens is going to take it, and it's going to be Carroll.
That one's low, ball 1. Having to work on the righty here. That's part of why I'm surprised you didn't see them make a change, because you have righty-righty.
Yeah.
So,
well, I don't know Carroll's splits, but they must know them, and it might be hits weaker from this side.
That's in there, strike 1.
Actually, is he a switch hitter?
Carroll, I think he is.
When he lined out, I swear it was the opposite field for him.
I thought so too.
Yeah, I think he's a switch hitter. Must be weaker from this side of the plate.
That one hit him.
Well.
So it's going to load the bases here for Jamie Z.
Griffin shaking his head. Can't blame him there.
And
There's a favorable
what do you
matchup.
do here? Do you leave Akins out there to try and work out of the?
He's gone.
Nope. He's gonna.
Yeah, that's it for him.
And that's gonna be it. And it looks like it's gonna be Jesse Kuzmic heading out of the bullpen to try
they're
and
going to get him for one out. So the base is loaded with 2 outs. They're going to go with him for 1 out. And you know what I think also is the case? If the Mohawks, obviously, if they don't score, it wouldn't be a save situation. So I think they want the game to be tied at the minimum for Duval to come in. So I think that's why Kuzmic is getting ready here.
I want to double check that it's Kuzmic. I know he was the one warming up earlier.
Well, we'll step aside.
We'll step aside on ABN. We'll be right back. Stallions lead 2-1 with the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 7th. You're watching on ABN.
Don't get caught in a pickle when a storm blows in from left field. An automatic standby generator from Adirondack Generators will keep the lights on, drinks cold, and the Mohawks game playing loud and clear. Adirondack Generators, where your service is our priority. Visit us at www.adirondackgenerators.com or call 518-224-1492. Altieri's Landscaping and Snow Plowing, LLC, is a full landscaping company providing full property maintenance services, lawn mowing, shrub removal, spring and fall cleanup, excavation, gravel driveway rehabs, and upgrades, along with design work. Altieri's also provides full snow plowing services come wintertime. Tim Altieri is a veteran of the Navy who started this business 1 year of being out of the service in 1994. Tim is passionate about the work he and his team do at Altieri's Landscaping. A family-owned small engine repair shop in the town of Amsterdam, Got Skills Equipment and Repair works on any makes and models of lawn and garden equipment, plus snowblowers, generators, and chainsaws. They offer pickup and delivery. Call Got Skills at 518-848-2580. That's 518-848-2580. The Montgomery County Office for Aging is committed to serving the older citizens of Montgomery County. Check out officeforaging.com to learn more. Your local Amsterdam Taco Bell is proud to support the Mohawks. Be sure to stop by after the game to satisfy all your cheesy, crunchy, melty cravings. Open
Matt. Oh, no, I forgot to unmute myself.
Unmute yourself.
It's Jesse Kuzmic on to the mound with the bases loaded and 2 outs. No final line on Akins, as these are all still his runners on base.
Well, the good news is it's Jamie Z, and he's 0 for 3 today. 6-4-3 double play, 2 strikeouts. He's got the Freddie Freeman walk-up song by La Comigo.
We saw Akins use the breaking ball to strike Jamie Z on his last at-bat. And Kuzmic gets ahead with the breaking ball right there. 0-1. Jamie Z named an all-star. One of the many all-stars for the Stallions.
He's sure-handed. I'll tell you, we've seen him at second and shortstop, and he is a phenomenal fielder.
Kuzmic ahead 0-1. Another breaking ball right there. Looks really sharp. It doesn't quite, I believe that's not a fastball, but it's still really quick. I think it's more of like a slider the way it's kind of just
I think it's a really fast slider. Definitely off speed.
Or just some natural movement, maybe a two-seam, something, because he's not losing much velo.
He's not.
Well, he works his way ahead 0-2. That one, fly ball, left field, Harden underneath it. 3 pitches, and Kuzmic gets the 3rd out of the inning. The bases are left loaded for the Stallions as they hold on to a 1-run lead. 2-1 Saugerties. You're watching on ABN as we head to the top of the 8th.
MCT Federal Credit Union is a member-owned financial cooperative serving all of Montgomery County, providing financial solutions since 1960. Their member experience is driven by innovation, technology, and reliable personalized service. MCT provides a comprehensive array of financial services, low-rate financing, and convenient e-services. To learn more, Visit mct-fcu.org. Again, that's mct-fcu.org.
The Amsterdam Mohawks like to thank our sponsors, Three Rings Protection and Training Services. Owner Dwayne Potter is a licensed private investigator in the state of New York. He also provides armed and unarmed security officers to various businesses in upstate New York. To contact Dwayne for information, call 518-225-3283. That's 518-225-3283.
It's a pitching change for the Saugerties Stallions as we welcome you back to the top of the eighth. Mason Weaver, who's kind of worked that closer role for Saugerties so far this season. He's made 4 appearances, only 6.1 innings pitched, 2 hits, not a single earned run, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. 4 walks, 10 strikeouts, a .091 batting average against. So a guy that, out of all the arms for the Stallions, has been most unhittable.
Well, the night for Bruno is done. 1 2/3. No hits, no runs, none of them earned, no walks, no strikeouts. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
This guy's striking out over half. Half of the outs that he makes are strikeouts.
He's an Edwin Diaz type guy. Blow it right by him.
It's going to be Bray touchdown, so fire with fire here as he swings and misses to get the at-bat started.
Look at the dip on that pitch.
You got to find a way. You only got 6 more outs if you're Amsterdam. You get one more run across.
They're sniffing. They've kept this game close. They deserve to be in it.
That one popped up right side. Passo underneath it in foul territory makes the catch, route number 1. And, we were talking about it yesterday. You're currently at 4 games in the East Division, and I guess the minimum of what you're trying to do is to win 1 to keep a 3-game lead. If you were to lose all 3, it'd be a 1 game.
Yeah, the thing is you're at home tomorrow, so ideally you'd want to take 1 here and then split at home. But worst case scenario. But yeah, I mean, if they end up losing this 3-game set 1-2, it's it's not a sweep. The sweep is where you get really hurt. And it also brings the morale down. But also the problem is if they lose this game and they do end up splitting tomorrow, that would mean that they're either leaving the field with a sour taste or they're coming off between games really annoyed for losing 2 in a row.
Perez fouls another one right side and falls behind 0-2.
That's the problem. There's really if they do lose this game and they do split the next 2, there's going to be they're not going to be happy because if they win the last game, they're going to think that they kind of saved themselves, but also they were lucky to get out of it, not being swept. And if they end up winning the first game and lose the second, that you don't ever want to leave the night on a loss.
And as Jack Kirshner was saying, losing builds frustration, and you don't want to have a frustrated dugout, and you don't want to have guys angry at each other.
But then you don't want it the next day either, so. I think the ideal case scenario for them, if they did drop this game, would just go out there tomorrow and just bring out the brooms.
Bring out the brooms is always an option.
It is an option. You're at home cooking.
2 7-inning games at home tomorrow. We're still at 4:30?
4:15.
That one almost hit Perez on the inside. Count goes full 3-2.
Well, it's only a one-run game, and we were asking for a lot when they were down 4-0 to Utica. You're not really asking for a lot here, but considering how talented these two teams are, it just seems so far away. But one swing of the bat could do it.
Perez with the fly ball to center field. And it is brought in by Ford for out number 2.
Thought I almost called something there.
Now it's going to be Alex Jungins. He had the late homer the last time the Mohawks were here in Saugerties. They could really use that here to tie things up.
Absolutely.
And we've seen it all with these matches. We've had high-scoring matchups, a low-scoring matchup, and you see it all.
Yes, you do. These two teams always put on a show. It's never that out of hand. The one time it was a ninth inning that blew it out of hand. And even the 6-2 game that they won, that's still a 4-run game.
Yeah, it feels like every game both teams were in it late, and it's just that's what rivalries are built on. That's what they're all about, and the Mohawks trying to pull off another one of their famous comebacks this season. That one misses 2-0 to Jungins.
And Jungins knew it. He was saying no the entire time.
Confident take there. Carroll wanted it.
He knew it. He knew it was low. Joe Muzio didn't think it was low. He put his hands over his head for a second.
That one right down the middle, strike 1. You have Harden in the on-deck circle. He's been a hot bat. Then you have Jemison and Curtis.
It's been a hot bat when it's not breaking on him. Both of these players, it's broken on them.
Jungins, strike called on the outside half. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Amsterdam just trying to get something going offensively. The 2-2 pitch. Popped up right side. And it is caught by Maroney for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Mohawks, and only 3 more outs to work with if they want to try and tie things up. But first it's going to be Jesse Kuzmik heading back out to the bump to try and keep this a 1-run game. Saugerties leads 2-1. You're watching on ABN.
Farmers Insurance has spent 90 years putting customers first. Visit farmers.com to learn more. Come to Recovery Sports Grill, where Mohawks fans feel at home even when they're not in the ballpark, offering delicious food and drinks from burgers and beer to mocktails and desserts, and exclusive promotions and offers through our Hall of Fame Rewards program. Enjoy the fan and family environment where Recovery Sports Grill is proud to support local sports and always happy to host your family or team.
While the Mohawks shine on the diamonds shine bright at Northeastern Fine Jewelers. Come choose from a vast collection of products from all of your favorite brands, such as Omega, Cartier, Breitling, and more. Whether it's everyday jewelry or if you need something for that special day, we have you covered with our fashion and bridal assortments. Visit us in Albany, Schenectady, or Glens Falls to see what Northeastern can do for you.
When the Mohawks win, you also win at McDonald's. Whenever the Mohawks claim victory, take your game ticket to the McDonald's on Market Street in Amsterdam and receive a free small fry. You must have your ticket stub with you.
At NBT Bank, we know that this day starts with this one. That's why no matter what day you're planning for next, you can count on us to help you get started. NBT Bank, it starts here.
Justin Ford will lead off for the Saugerties Stallions in the bottom of the 8th as they try to add on some insurance for the closer Mason Weaver. Currently 11 hits on the night for Saugerties, only 2 runs to show for it.
I don't really know what's going on in this game. It's weird.
Nevertheless, they're in the lead as there's a swing and a miss for strike 1.
I think I finally might be taking a seat for the first time today.
It's been, what time do we start? 7:10 first pitch.
2:49 on the clock so far.
Moving pretty quickly. And compared to last time when you have a 4-hour game,
Oh, yeah.
can't ask for much more than that.
Duvall is up in the pen.
Big swing and a miss from Ford right there for strike number 2. Kuzmic blowing the fastball by him. Yes, Duvall up and moving around.
Yep, and that makes sense because the only way that he would really get in if Kuzmic shuts the doors here would be with a tie or if the Mohawks have the lead.
Breaking ball fouled away right side, out of play, off the dugout.
Yeah, and it makes sense because even if it's tied, you want to get it to extra innings. So you want to put your best guy in to make sure they don't score in that 9th. And then you can even have Duvall go 2 innings, so even better.
Well, the Mohawks have to find a way to tie it up first. With only 3 more outs to work with. Kuzmic ahead 1-2, the pitch. Breaking ball, strike 3 looking. A beautiful pitch by Kuzmic, catches the high inside corner for out number 1 in the bottom of the 8th.
Great pitch right there by Jesse Kuzmic. And 1 aside, and that's a big first out. But now you got to deal with Maroney. He's 1 for 3 today, but he's got a double. One of the 2 RBIs on the game.
He had the RBI and then scored, is that correct?
That is correct. He had the RBI double, brought in a run, and then he scored on the single on the next pitch.
Well, Kuzmic fires that in there for strike 1. And it has, in fact, been a pitcher's duel. You know, we didn't see Drillings work super far into this one, having to come out due to the injury, but the Stallions' bullpen has been phenomenal. Jack Kirshner went 4 innings, surrendering the 2 runs, and the Mohawks' bullpen has been phenomenal ever since Aikens worked out of that bases-loaded jam.
Yes, it has been indeed. Umpire wants to
Do they have
take
a
time.
little mix-up again, perhaps?
Might be injured. Carla's making her way out, just checking on everybody. Did the umpire get hit? Did I miss something?
No, I think it might have caught Danny.
That would make sense. So Danny took a second.
Yeah, just maybe going out to communicate what they want this next pitch to be. You don't even have to relay the sign. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Reese Maroney in the box. Pitch from Kuzmic. Breaking ball down and away, ball 2.
For the Amsterdam Mohawks, it'll be Harden Jemison, and then the DH spot. We'll see if anybody comes up there. It's Brad Curtis at the moment. He's 0 for 2. I wouldn't be shocked if.
I don't really know who else
I also don't know who else, yeah.
you'd be putting in there. As we noted earlier, McCrane and West left town yesterday. So you don't have those bats to turn to, and
Jungans is already
Harriel's still down with that injury. Costello's not back yet, and you've lost a couple guys like Schwartz and Long, so not as much depth as the Mohawks had earlier this year, and still great depth at that. They have guys that can fill in, but it's going to be a rough week with Walker and McCrane out.
Yeah, very.
That one misses high and away, ball 4, so Maroney works his way aboard, and that brings up Dylan Passo.
Well, it's going to be a tough out here because Passo is 2 for 3 today. He has an RBI and 2 singles. 4th time around the order. This game has been so pitcher-friendly. Look at my scorebook. It's mostly 1, 2, 3s for every Mohawks inning, and then for the Stallions, theirs got a little bit longer, but no overlaps.
Runner does not take off. Passo shows bunt, pulls back, ball 1.
Yeah, I
was going to say, if they go Harden, Jemison, Curtis were to all go down, hopefully that's not the case, but if that were to happen, it would have been a perfect 3 times through the order.
Yes, it would be for the Mohawks.
Why isn't that a perfect game, you might ask? Well, because the Mohawks bat 10. Oh, and that foul ball might have hit off Passo's foot, or he just might have rolled the ankle a little bit.
I think it smacked his foot right there, and he just needs a second.
Take a walk around the batter's circle.
He took a big hack at that. Those are the ones that really hurt. The cleats, they're not as padded as, hockey skates. So, obviously, it's that's one of the spots where it's really not as protected as, where the arm guard comes into play or the helmet. Still need to be comfortable with those running shoes.
Stallions trying to add on insurance. Kuzmic trying to keep it a 1-run game. That one misses low, ball 2.
It's a nice pick from
You can see
Danny Perez.
Maroney getting a really big secondary over at first base. And we'll see if they try and possibly take off soon. Advance Maroney in a scoring position. The 2-1 pitch. Outside ball 3.
Oh, it's getting dangerous. Duval is ready.
Yeah, it's a
Bet you
question
a walk
of
here, he might come in.
how long you leave Kuzmic out there. And
you don't want the game to get away from you.
yeah, and at this point it feels like 1 run on its own is hard enough to overcome.
Yeah.
Runner takes off, pitches a foul, ball pulled right side. So the count will go full. It'll be 3-2. Maroney took off there, but will retreat back to the first base bag.
Yep.
The 3-2 pitch. Kuzmic really needs to find it out here. Comes set the delivery. Ball 4 high. And now runners on first and second for the Stallions.
We'll see what the Mohawks decide to do, but it's clock is ticking. The dangerous hitter up. I know that I've said it the last 3 times, but the last 3 hitters, it's the heart of their order, and these are 3 very talented hitters.
They're going to leave Kuzmic out there for Hoppensiefken. Trust that he can find a way out of this one. And leave Duval in the bullpen waiting. And I guess the idea with Duval would be you try and tie it up, and then he goes the 9th and the 10th. So you hopefully wouldn't even have to put him in during the 8th. Breaking ball, finishes low. A really good take by Hoppensiefken there.
Yeah, really good take right there. Well, there's been 3 double plays so far. 2 of them have been 6-4-3s. One of them was in the air.
That's something you could really use if you're the Mohawks right here as a double play to try and grab some momentum. Fastball away, and Kuzmic has to find a way to locate here. This one could get really far away from the Mohawks.
Really could. George Baker on deck, 1 for 3. Comiskey follows. He's also 1 for 3.
A lot of the Stallions have grabbed a hit here tonight. That one outside, 3-0.
I think this is going to be his last batter. I don't think Griff is going to keep him in if it's a 4-pitch walk, or I mean, maybe if he lets up a big hit at that point, it's not worth putting Duval in. But if he walks him right here on 4 pitches, I think it's going to be his last batter.
Kuzmic needs to find a way to locate here. The 3-0 pitch sails high, so that's going to load him. And now it's the call for Coach Griffin. Do you leave Kuzmic out there?
Looks like
and it looks like he's going to. He's going to trust Kuzmic to work out of the jam.
Probably trying to save Duval. His big stretch of play here. Back-to-back days of games all the way till Sunday. So, might at a doubleheader tomorrow, might not be worth having him go in a game where they're trailing.
I was looking at Griffin. He's going to move the corners in. Middle infield will sit back trying to work that double play. George Baker, the left-hander, into the box.
Yeah, the corners are ready to throw at the plate. I think everyone's ready to throw at the plate unless it's a tailor-made double play.
That one's fouled back ball. Excuse me, strike one.
So if this ball's hit down the line, it's really tough to turn to unless it's hit so hard that Jemison's back on it and he could just sling it over to Young. But if not, they're going to come home with it.
I assume a ball at Jemison that he has to go back on. He's probably just touching third.
Probably
and going
touching
to
third
one.
going, yeah. Or maybe even touching third going home. Could also
Bases
see
loaded. Kuzmic ahead 0-1. Breaking ball finds the zone, strike two.
Oh, that's huge for Jesse Kuzmic. He's ahead in the count here after 4 straight balls and
if
a
you're
walk to
Kuzmic, you either
Hobbins.
have to try and go for the strikeout or produce some really weak contact.
You're going in the dirt here. I mean, if you trust your stuff and you want to go high, you can, but you want the double play here.
Nothing too good. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball low. Fly ball into left center field. Harden underneath it makes the catch. They're going to try and tag. The throw to the plate is not in time. So a big insurance run for the Stallions. And it's a 3-1 lead for Saugerties.
That was a really good throw from Sebastian Harden, but unfortunately for him, run came home to score. It just too much speed
From Reese
from
Maroney.
Reese Maroney. There's not much he can do there. That was a really, really good throw. Nothing he can do there. Would have had to throw the ball 100 miles per hour
One-hopped it
plus.
right into Perez's glove, but Maroney was just such a great jump. He's able to get in there safely. That one misses up and in. Ball one, and if you're Kuzmic,
Well, he left that ball up a little bit. He went to go down low on that in the dirt, and
a little
what
too good for Baker.
Baker was able to scoop that ball and kind of just pop it up perfectly.
And he caught a pretty decent barrel on it. It got some good lift on it. It was a great catch by Harden.
Yep.
And he was able to still work through it for the throw home. But, yeah, as you said, just Maroney with so much speed, he's able to score and add on some insurance.
Yeah, he scooped that ball and flung it up into kind of like I call that like the 75% range where you have a 75% chance the runner scores. Takes a really good throw, and but that just tells you how far away it is, you know. That's why I call it the 75% range. It's a great throw, but you have a runner like Reese Maroney. It's not much you can do there. You know, maybe if you had a catcher with not a lot of speed at third, you get him out there. But all these players are so fast. You never really see someone too slow here.
The 1-2 pitch from Kuzmic. Breaking ball hit him. And that's not what you wanted to do there. And that's going to load the bases again for the Stallions.
Yeah,
and bring up John Freitag.
Yeah, not what you want to do there, because now a base hit scores 2. You're still in striking distance in this game with the score being 3-1. You don't want it to get out of hand. But also the runner advances to third, so now a wild pitch or an error or an infield hit will also play to run.
Kuzmic just trying to leave this inning with only 1 run surrendered. And when you're ahead 1-2, the last thing you want to do is hit a guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what he did there. So he'll have the righty-lefty matchup against Freitag as that fastball catches the outside, strike 1.
Amsterdam still has life, but it's drawing dead.
It's a bloop and a blast as it stands right now, but one more run.
Got to get out of this inning.
Maybe even put this one out of reach with how calm the bats have been tonight. Not a very explosive night for the Mohawks offense.
Yep, not from both teams.
There's a pop fly into foul territory. Perez going back on it, makes the catch for out number 3. So the Stallions get across one more on the George Baker sac fly that scores Maroney. It's a 3-1 lead for Saugerties, and the Mohawks will have their last 3 outs to work with to try and tie this one up. You're watching on ABN.
Don't get caught in a pickle when a storm blows in from left field. An automatic standby generator from Adirondack Generators will keep the lights on, drinks cold, and the Mohawks game playing loud and clear. Adirondack Generators, where your service is our priority. Visit us at www.adirondackgenerators.com or call 518-224-1492. Altieri's Landscaping and Snow Plowing LLC is a full landscaping company providing full property maintenance services, lawn mowing, shrub removal, spring and fall cleanup, excavation, gravel driveway rehabs, and upgrades, along with design work. Altieri's also provides full snow plowing services come wintertime. Tim Altieri is a veteran of the Navy who started this business 1 year of being out of the service in 1994. Tim is passionate about the work he and his team do at Altieri's Landscaping. A family-owned small engine repair shop in the town of Amsterdam, Dot Skills Equipment and Repair works on any makes and models of lawn and garden equipment, plus snow blowers, generators, and chainsaws. They offer pickup and delivery. Call Got Skills at 518-848-2580. That's 518-848-2580. The Montgomery County Office for Aging is committed to serving the older citizens of
I'll take it.
I dropped all my papers. It's John McKillop. Oh, no, Sebastian Harden.
Harden's going to go first.
In the on-deck circle, it's John McKillop.
Yep.
He's going to make his first at-bat as a Mohawk. We were scrambling to figure out who it was on our roster just because he's new. He just arrived a few days ago.
He's wearing number 40, which is Joey Trombley's number, and Trombley isn't here.
Harden fouls that one back right side. So how about that for your first Mohawks at-bat? You're going to have a chance to try and start the comeback.
Yeah. Well, he could tie it if Harden gets on. So we'll see how much pop he has. Pretty big guy.
Harden fouls another one back.
Goes to Army, so he must be pretty well conditioned, I'll tell you that. Those guys are warriors over there.
Listed at 6'3", 220.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to face him.
This says is he batting left-handed? Bats left, throws right.
Batting lefty, so he's going to come in from the left side, and that's a favorable matchup for him.
Just finished his freshman year. And that one's away, 1-2. So you'll have Harden, then McKillop, then Curtis, and then
you have Jemison in between. Oh, wait. Is he
McKillop's in for Jemison.
Oh. Interesting.
That's eyeball 2.
Well, I guess he can play third.
Or Curtis is going to slot in at third.
Somebody's going to have to if they end up tying
We've seen
game.
Curtis take reps at third during IO, so there's a chance it could be him. And, yeah, McKillop is listed as an infielder, so might be him as well. Harden fouls off the high fastball, 2-2.
Good at-bat from Harden.
It's so important to work your way on if you're Sebastian here and bring up the tying run to the plate.
Yeah, he needs to get on.
Try and set the tone offensively here in the ninth. The 2-2 pitch from Weaver. Fastball finishes up.
Doesn't matter what it is, it finished up, and the Mohawks dug out applauds, and this is...
Mohawks trying to create some sort of energy to live off of here. Harden having a great at-bat, works the count full. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on, strike 3. A really good pitch by Weaver there, just catching Harden off balanced. And it's a first out here in the top of the ninth.
Yeah, I can't really tell if he was out in front or behind it, but it fooled him. Yeah, here it's going to be McKillop. They announced it as Joey Trombley. I can't blame them for that.
Yeah, that's what because Trombley shows up on the coach's view.
Yep,
so.
Trombley does show up on the coach's view.
I hate that I'm going to have to break it to these Saugerties broadcast that it's not the pitcher there.
It's not Joey Trombley. I feel bad for them. They don't know.
No.
What are they? But it's also not their fault. I would have said the same thing.
Killop fouls that one back into the glove, strike 2.
I forgot to change the count.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Oh, I just realized I left the pitcher up the entire top
Killop
half.
trying to fight his way on. That one's sent straight over the press box.
Well, we haven't really met Jesse McKillop yet, but he's trying to say hi right there.
As I say, I haven't got to say hello to McKillop yet. The 0-2 pitch. Finishes up ball 1.
I'll tell you, he looks like he's got some pop.
Big left-hand swing. The 1-2 pitch. Inside ball 2.
It's a good take right there.
Borderline pitch from Weaver right there, but an even better take by McKillop. Curtis in the on-deck circle. He smoked the ball in a center field his last AB. The 2-2 pitch. Blown by him, strike 3. Weaver goes with the high heat to send McKillop down swinging, and now it's the Mohawks down to their final out. It's Brad Curtis.
That's a good pitch right there to Jesse McKillop, and he goes up, and McKillop ends up chasing that one in his Mohawks debut, and now it's going to be Brad Curtis. It's going to be up to him.
Well, Brad Curtis 0 for 2 here tonight. Trying to extend the game for the Mohawks. Takes that one, strike 1.
The good news for the Mohawks is there's a doubleheader tomorrow, and if you do lose this game, you have a chance to come out on top tomorrow.
Yeah, but at this point, how the Mohawks have played, you still feel like you're not out of it until
No, not at all.
you see the handshake line come out. Curtis pops that one up. Going back on it is Z underneath it. He makes the catch, and that's going to do it here tonight in Saugerties. The Stallions hold on to win this one. Your final score, Saugerties 3, Amsterdam 1. So that improves. Sorry to cut you off. I'm just going to state the records really quick. It's going to move. Or did I lose my paper? My paper might have fallen out.
I'll tell you, it's a crushing loss for the Mohawks because they were in the game the entire way. They did everything they needed to do to win. Even on the offensive side, they struggled, but they didn't strike out too much. And, well, the Amsterdam Mohawks, they just couldn't really string anything together. The one lone run comes on the steal attempt, and it was a great draw up from Keith Griffin. But, yeah, nobody was able to get an important hit with runners in scoring position. But that's just how the game went for both sides. Nobody on either side really got the big, massive hit, the bases clearing double or anything like that. It didn't happen for both sides. So that was just the game that ended up happening tonight, and the Mohawks just ended up falling short. And that's baseball for you. These type of games happen.
The offense unable to get rolling here tonight as they only collect 3 hits compared to the Saugerties Stallions 11. Stallions improved to 18-10 on the season. Mohawks fall to 21-7-1. So 3 games separate the two teams atop the East Division. We have a doubleheader tomorrow kicking off at 4:15 as we'll pan to the booth.
Hey, guys. Well, the white balance working. Hey, everybody.
So, the pitching wasn't all too bad, was good. Jack Kirshner went out there, provided a solid start, going 4 innings, allowing the 2 runs, and then Akins works a few innings, doesn't give up any, and Kuzmic only surrenders 1. So the pitching was there. The hitting just wasn't there offensively. And, it's hard to win baseball games when you only score 1 run. But, a chance of redemption when they come back out tomorrow at home with the doubleheader. It's either an opportunity for the Stallions to get within 1 game or the Mohawks to open lead back up to 5. So
yeah, you can't be too mad at yourself on that front. The Mohawks played a pretty good game. There was 11 hits for the Saugerties Stallions tonight. And, is it firework night? Shutting off the lights early. Well, nonetheless, the Amsterdam Mohawks, they played a really good baseball game. It was a tight baseball game. You're going to lose those gritty 3-1 games. It's how you respond. And, well, luckily for them, they have a chance to tomorrow. You don't usually get chances like this in the PGCBL where you're playing in the same team twice or 3 times in 2 days. And they have a chance tomorrow to really come back and kind of light a fire under them. They're still playing really good ball.
Yeah, obviously still at top of the East Division, and 21-7-1 is a record you're happy with if you're the Mohawks, but obviously you aim to win every game, and they'll try and hop back on that track tomorrow as that ends their 8-0-1, so I'll call it a 9-game lossless streak in a way, and you'll try and create a new win streak tomorrow if you're Amsterdam, avoid going on any skid, and from here in the booth, it's Matt Becker. I'm Harry Tidgewell. It's a 3-1 final in favor of Saugerties. You are watching on ABN.